talk is money, honey. All we talk is money. All we talk is money. It's like bees to the honey. Honey, money, honey, money, honey. It's the SOSCAST, baby.
All right. Welcome to the show, everybody. Look at that round of applause. Thanks, Nat.
You're welcome.
For that excitement. Welcome to the SOSCAST, only here on Valuetainment. My name is Adam Sosnick. And today, like we do sometimes, not all the time, but today's show, and I mean it when I say it, today we're going to help you guys out there get paid, laid, and do it your way. We got a very exciting show. Look at these beautiful people here.
Yes.
Some are small, some are medium, some are large.
Some are what?
Some are definitely in charge. Some are XXXXL. You know who I'm talking about. But more importantly, you guys are here with us today on Internet Land. And we're having an amazing show today, amazing panel. Let's get right into it because I know we're a couple minutes late. Nat.
Yes.
Why are you excited about today's show before I introduce our
I'm
guests?
excited today because we first off got a lot of new faces, which is always my favorite because we get to have different perspective. But I'm super excited for some of the topics that we're going to be covering that I got a little brief overview on. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you guys for tuning in here today. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, do all those fun stuff because you don't want to miss what's up and coming and you don't want to miss today's show. So make sure you guys do all that fun stuff and
thank you.
Let's get this party started.
Obviously, if you want to connect with me, find me on Connect. Business, questions, relationships, networking, dating, politics even, right, Brandon?
That's right.
Catch me on Connect. I'm about to hit, if I hit 2,000, we're getting there.
Oh, yeah.
But that's that. Moving on with the show today. Some shows we talk about culture. Some shows we talk about politics. Some shows we talk about money. Some shows we talk about dating. This is going to be a very sort of relationship-centric show. Not necessarily like dating relationships, working relationships, networking relationships, dating relationships, what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. And I have an amazing panel here today to help us. Introducing the men first. Some, ladies typically do come first, but on this show, there's only a few select men that make it to the stage. So we introduce the men first. Triple threat in the house.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Good looking.
Well.
Medium shirt because he's got abs. Brandon, you think I'm talking about you? I'm talking about McQueen. Good looking, YouTuber extraordinaire, funny personality. My dog, good to see you. McQueen in the house, Mecca McQueen.
My guy, man.
That's right. Been a minute. We got a little bromance going on. Been a minute.
I know, man.
We gotta run it back.
Well, yeah, we gotta run it back.
Okay.
My birthday's this weekend, man.
Oh, shit.
Your birthday's this weekend?
I was gonna tell you that. I was gonna wait till I got here.
McQueen, listen.
Say less.
We gonna run that.
I knew that, bro?
Yeah, no, I had to remind you though. Yeah.
Really, I do that? We'll see you out there this weekend. Join us in Miami at Bodega this weekend with McQueen's birthday. We might even invite Brandon Acito in the house.
Oh,
Geopolitics.
thank you. How gracious.
Geopolitics, macro finance, working out, medium shirts. Brandon Acito. Subscribe to his channel on YouTube. Brandon,
Thank
how you
you.
feeling?
I'm feeling great. Pumped to be here. Thanks for having me.
Pumped. See that? You threw that workout in there.
Pumped. Yeah.
Okay, and we have some new ladies
Oh, yes.
on the show. To my left, Carrie-Anne DeJong. Did I say that right?
No, you did not.
How do I?
No, everyone gets it wrong. It's DeYoung.
D. Young.
Young. You never would have guessed that.
I'll tell you what. I like these young girls. Out here. What? Not too young.
Not too young.
What?
Don't get in trouble.
Never. Anyway,
he doesn't.
I've seen your videos. You're a flight attendant. You get a badass dude over there with who's packing.
I do.
So I'm gonna be super nice to you today. But tell us about your YouTube channel.
So I'm a flight attendant, like you said, and my YouTube channel is kind of telling everyone how you can become a flight attendant, travel, tips, tricks,
Okay.
day in the life.
I'm gonna talk to you after the show because there's someone I'm talking to that is a flight attendant.
Oh.
I'm gonna learn the
Airways?
code of the road out there on the airways. My dear friend Marcel Valle is in the house. Did I pronounce your last name right?
Yes.
I hope
Okay,
so.
cool. Now I'm gonna let you, throughout the show, kind of explain this evolution of your life. Because when I met you, you were in full boss babe mode.
Right.
And you sent me a video recently saying, I'm no longer being a boss babe. So stay tuned for that, guys, because I don't want to ruin the whole thing now. But current/former boss babe is going to reveal why boss babe ain't the life. Okay. Speaking of boss babe, we have a boss babe in the house, Chrissy Clark.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't
I'll
consider
snap.
that.
Turning Point contributor.
Yes. Host of,
Tell us about yourself.
yeah, I host or I started a TikTok channel called Underreported Stories. It's 5 stories if you turned into CNN, Fox, or MSNBC, you really wouldn't hear much about. And one day I just woke up with a couple thousand followers and turned it into a full-time career.
There you go. And you were just at Turning Point USA in Detroit?
Sure was.
Did you guys meet there, or are you just meeting in the show right
we
now?
just met in the green room.
All right. Trump 2024. Sorry about that. It's just like, it happens. It's like Tourette's. My favorite stripper is here. I'm talking about my friend Shay. She's actually the only stripper that doesn't actually strip. Why? Because tell them what your strip stands for.
Saving, retirement plan, planning. I said it backwards. But
She
it's
can't
okay.
spell good, but she can save. She can tackle debt.
Total debt, retirement.
Retirement, invest,
investment, and then
plan for the future. That spells strip. Listen, she's gorgeous, but she's dyslexic. Give her a little fucking break here.
We accept her.
She's doing her thing.
Pretty not
And
smart.
but tell us what you're doing for work right now.
Working like a regular worker.
Working like a
Regular worker.
but just please tell me you're not.
I'm back slinging.
Okay.
I'm back on the streets.
Back on the what?
On the street.
Shay, what do you mean?
I'm just a regular associate now. Yeah.
Associate where?
I don't want to say that. 'cause
Okay,
then they're
gotcha.
gonna
Yeah, it's her job.
Yeah,
She's
they're
out
gonna
there
be-
associating. Anyway,
run
there's
up on
nothing
me.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
Speaking of nothing wrong with that, we
Back
all
to the
saw
drawing board.
our lovely friend Angelina Castro on the show last weekend. And she's back. And Natalia, love her to death, doesn't give me note preps. And the only note prep she had for Angelina was, she's Cuban and she doesn't give a fuck.
That's what she told me.
Yeah. And then she goes, oh, and by the way, I also am a porno star. Oh, okay. Is that exactly what happened?
It is, and I'm still an ex-porn star. I mean, I'm always gonna be a porn star. Porn star sounds so like old. Well, I am. So yeah, I'm
Well,
a
you're
porn
40
star.
now, so-
Yeah. Hey, what does that mean? You right there too.
Shit.
Mr. 39 forever.
I can lie about my age. You've announced it.
No, yes, I am Angelina Castro. I am a former porn star, and I am here to share my life experiences.
That's
I'm
true.
pissed off 2 or
And
3 people in the way.
Thank you for being back. You currently still do OnlyFans, still cooking. On
My
OnlyFans.
cooking OnlyFans. My cooking OnlyFans, yes. Too old for all the other stuff. My knees hurt. So right now I am cooking while in lingerie.
I love that where they're like, listen, I do porn, but
Knees.
I ain't getting on my fucking knees. My knees hurts. I just can't do this. So
I can't do the porn anymore, so I'm just cooking.
That's great. But you're cooking naked.
Yes. No, not naked because I will burn myself. It's more underwear.
Okay. Sexy cooking.
Yes.
But an apron though, right? An apron still.
No. If you pay, I'll take it off. But
If you pay,
That's where my money
you
going.
get to say. Don't worry about it. You pay, she's cooking for you. Last but not least, we're going to be talking about her Latina version of her. We got JLO Anderson in the house.
Hey y'all.
She's going to, hey y'all.
I love it.
She's, tell us what you do again.
I do music, acting,
Yes.
comedy, influencer, entrepreneurship.
And you call yourself a?
Mogul.
She's a mogul, y'all.
Just give me about 1 more year.
Yes. 1 more year. She's going to be the mogul that she's manifesting. I love it.
It's already
You
started.
know? Brandon, are you a mogul yet?
No.
Okay. Tell us what you want to do when you grow up. Tell us what you want to be.
In 2036, I'm going to run for president.
Now
You
that's
run for
big.
president. Are you the president
Yeah.
now, though?
No.
You're fucking up. Take her insight, manifest it. You're the current president of the United States.
Well,
Hell, you could probably do
He
better
sound
jobs
like he
than
the
most of
president
you.
humble
already.
to some degree.
Humble to some degree.
Yeah.
Moguls don't be humble.
You don't think
No.
so?
Be humble.
Be humble.
You are. Your work can speak for you.
I love it. Anyway, I feel like you and McQueen are going to hit it off a little bit on the... He's a mogul himself.
Oh, you are?
And last but not least,
Jesus
Natalia
Lord.
Laval. Alejandra, say hi. She's going to be pulling up the stories. Hi, y'all.
Hi.
Okay. Guys, here's the rapid fire. Some of the content we're going to be discussing today, and we're just going to hit it and get right in it. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Massive allegations have hit the real estate world, specifically in Miami and in New York and the Hamptons. I'm not sure you heard the story about the Alexander brothers. We're going to talk about that. Also, they've hit Congress, where MAGA Congressman Matt Gaetz is also getting a couple allegations out there. Some serious stuff that's going on out there. We'll have that conversation today, and we'll get your ladies' perspective on what it means when stories come out and what allegations kind of surface, how that matters. Bill Belicheck, if you don't know who he is, it's all good. We're going to have a conversation about him in a second. Age gap wage gap, all that fun stuff. He's out there, and I actually have a very interesting personal story with Bill Belicheck and the lady that he's seeing these days. Not JLO Anderson, but the real JLO. Please stand up. Her life, career, and certainly ticket sales crumbling. And we're going to have a conversation as to why you think it is, what's going on there. Ladies, we're going to ask you a question of, do you actually need a man? Do women actually need men?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so.
Shay, relax, okay? We're going to have a conversation about a 33-year-old virgin who's waiting for the right man, waiting her time. Angelina's bugging out right now.
I am.
Oh, my. We'll have that conversation and what they're doing to bring down the patriarchy and some of the words that they're trying to eliminate, especially in the airlines, such as cockpit and manpower. We don't need this kind of stuff out here. We need to stop manipulating these terms before we have to do some manslaughter out there. I think we're going not DEI, but MEI. AI revenge porn. It's a thing now. Angelina, there's her face again. And last but not least, we'll talk a little bit of money. Wait till the end of the show to talk money, specifically influencer money. We got some influencers out here. We got some YouTubers out here. We got some cooking OnlyFans people out here. And we're going to have that conversation today. But thank you guys for being here. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get this party started.
Go.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Nat. I needed that encouragement today.
Been great, sweetie.
Anyway, let's just pick up the energy, guys. Clap it up a little bit. Fucking McQueen's birthday.
Loosen up a bit.
Jesus.
Oh, I'm good.
Nice and
McQueen's
tight.
birthday. Okay. Now, with that being said, let's get real serious.
Okay.
Here we go. Wild accusations hit the airwaves this week. Some of these stories actually hit a little bit close to home because I've actually hung, know, and affiliate with some of these people. And it's pretty wild. The first story, the biggest story in all of real estate right now is the story about these two guys right here, the Alexander brothers, twin brothers, real estate moguls from Miami. The one on the right, if you're looking at the picture, is Orrin Alexander. These are some of the biggest realtors in the country. They were, I think, top five, number one for 5 years for Douglas Elliman. They started their own firm. His brother, Alon, twin brother, if you pull up that picture again, actually runs a security company that the family runs. They have a third brother, Tal, who runs the real estate company. There's a lot of brothers going on here, and actually know the fourth brother, but he's not involved in this. But what are some of the shocking allegations that these Alexander brothers are dealing with? Rape, apparently, sexual assault, and a lot of heinous situations that apparently have happened here. How much truth is in this, though? Because we've seen stories out there, the Me Too movement. Well, it didn't really happen. Did it happen? I don't know. Some of these allegations are true. Some are not. We're going to have that conversation today. But the co-founder of a real estate brokerage called Official, that used to be Douglas Elliman, the A-Team. If you're not familiar with them, it's okay, because we're going to have a big conversation about allegations. So they've been accused. At first, it hit the airwaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 allegations. Oh, shit. Then it turned to 10. Now it's as much as 30 allegations. Women have come out and said, yeah, some inappropriate things have happened. So here's the catch, though. The incidents span from 20 years ago, with most of the incidents occurring between 2010 and 2012, and one as recently as 2020. The majority of stories have surfaced again from 2010, all mostly occurring in New York. Not all, mostly occurring in New York. Here it is. Here's a story at this one place called Sir Ivan's Castle. Now, we all know who Hugh Hefner is. This is the Hugh Hefner of the Hamptons in New York. He has a castle in the Hamptons. We're ready. Wait for it. Here you go. Hide your kids. Known for wild parties, orgies, and a sex dungeon. And apparently the brothers had their own room there. Now it's as much as 30 women claiming inappropriate sexual misconduct. Some have claimed things as such as rape. The attorney for the Alexanders has come out and said for half of the brothers denied all allegations and has painted the lawsuits as ready, wait for it, a blatant shakedown and money grab. That's that story. Compartmentalize that for a second. Show those guys again. Two good-looking guys, brothers, multi-millionaires. Why would they do it? By the way, they're both married. They've been married for a handful of years now. One has kids already. Again, a lot of these stories are from 10, 15 years ago. W2F. Story number 2. There's a congressman, Matt Gaetz. He's part of the Trump camp. He actually helped. Who did he help bring down, Brandon?
Speaker of the House. Yes.
Kevin McCarthy, exactly.
Yeah.
Great hair on this guy. Spent time with him at the Tim Pool event. And he's now being investigated for ethics irregularities, these probe over sexual misconduct and drug allegations. Here's the story. The Committee of House Ethics has revealed they've spoken with more than a dozen witnesses, issued 25 subpoenas, and reviewed thousands of documents. Basically, in this probe, Gaetz, much like the attorney for the Alexander brothers, came out and said this is a smear campaign, and he has denied any wrongdoings. Okay, gotcha.
Can I add to that?
Yes.
So on top of this, the Department of Justice introduced these same allegations against Matt Gaetz. Again, I'm not defending the guy, but the Department of Justice did a full investigation into this, and they concluded that they couldn't bring charges against the guy. So now the House Ethics Committee has reopened the same thing because they have a broader scope, because they don't just have to have like a jury. They don't need like a yes or no a conviction. So this has already gone through, and the Biden DOJ discovered that they couldn't convict this guy. So now the House Ethics Committee has opened it.
Thank you for that, because that's going to frame the question. Everybody get out your red and green. All you have to do is lift it up. Just do it high. You're absolutely right. It was about a year ago that they investigated him. They basically cleared him all wrongdoings, and they said, you like sequels? But here's round 2, because we're going after him again. Again, allegations. So here's my question. And thank you for framing that. On the surface, all these allegations are serious and heinous when you're talking about drugs, raping, misconduct, not good stuff for people in Congress, not business leaders, number one people in real estate, very powerful and successful men. Yes? Here's my question. Just based on allegations alone, when you hear stories like this, do you automatically think the person is guilty, or do you think it's more of a targeted smear campaign? So green if you think they're guilty, red if you think if it's a smear campaign. Just on the surface. In general, when you hear stories like this, green if guilty, red target of a smear campaign. Hold it up high. So green guilty, smear campaign.
I don't know.
Nat, I don't have time for we don't know.
Okay.
You're saying smear campaign. Nat still doesn't know the difference between red and green. Okay. Let's start with you. You say guilty, even though you just came out and said, hey, listen, I'm not defending him, but they acquitted him. Right. Why do you think that when stories surface like this, allegations, you automatically go to guilty?
Maybe it's just personal experience coupled with a lot of the times these tend to have the same profile. The people tend to have the same profile, and you've heard rumblings of allegations before I've ever seen them presented in real life. So you'll have rumblings behind closed doors, and then when something like this happens, I'm just not shocked. When Russell Brand was accused of everything, he outwardly speaks on his podcast about how he probably did sexually assault women when he was in the UK, and then allegations come out about 20 years later, and everyone's like, it's a smear campaign. Is it a smear campaign if he was openly admitting to it? Of course, I believe in the presumption of innocence, and I don't want these people to be convicted on the presumption of innocence, which is why I think this is a difficult question for us to answer. But at the end of the day, if I'm going to be honest about my bias, 100%, I think a lot of these people would be guilty if I was interacting with them.
Okay, gotcha. But there's a difference between sexual misconduct, hitting, allegations. We'll show you some memes in a second, and full-on rape.
Yeah, 100%.
Sexual misconduct. Brandon, you put up guilty.
No, I put up the red. So
Okay.
I think this you have to frame this in the way of what's the context behind the allegations, and what's the motivation behind suddenly bringing them up? Because we know without with some degree of certainty that people like Clinton, Epstein, Hunter Biden, the media is going out of their way to protect them and like hide this stuff. And then a lot of the people that do get framed with allegations, like Tate and Trump, and then Russell Brand, what do they all have in common? They're speaking out against the establishment. I mean, I know there's like a varying degree of how much you guys follow politics, but like, can we all agree there's like an establishment group of people that are like club that's exclusive that wants things to be a certain way, wants to push a certain agenda, and they get upset when people rock that boat and push a different agenda. I mean, is that something we could all agree on?
100%.
Yeah, so I think that that's the question is, who's, like, what are the people saying? Like, what's the context of what they're doing? And, like, I think that's the validity of the allegations. If they're suddenly rocking the boat, the establishment, and then the allegations come out, then it's a suspicious situation.
Okay. You put up that you thought that they were innocent. You're the only one on this side other than Brandon that you thought that you're not necessarily believing allegations.
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
I think that a lot of people have a reason for accusing people of doing this. Like, do they want their 15 minutes of fame? Do they have, like, a vendetta against them? Do they want money? Like, what's behind it?
What do you think it would be in the case of the real estate mogul guys?
Well, it sounds like they have a lot of money.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have a lot to lose with their families and the empire they built.
What do you think it would be for the Congressman, Matt Gaetz?
Everything.
Okay.
Yeah, he would lose his reputation.
Reputation, ding, 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 ding. Okay, gotcha. So you're more inclined to, I'm not believing this shit. You know, they say believe all women. Why don't you believe all women?
Well, with the Me Too act that was going on, everyone was just jumping on the bandwagon. So we kind of lost our,
Your North Star. Now, when you said everyone was jumping on the bandwagon, what do you mean? Do you mean all women were jumping on the bandwagon? Because I don't think all men were jumping on this thing.
No. A lot of women jumped on it just to get their 15 minutes of fame.
So you're saying women jumped on it to get their 15 minutes of fame? So
because everyone else is doing it.
Okay, gotcha. So you're saying that women were like, all right, cool, like I can make some money off this? Because this isn't exactly like
but not all of them,
good kind of fame.
Obviously, like some of it was true.
Yes.
But I think a lot of people are trying to take the easy way out to make money, get famous.
You don't need to happen to fix this, though, is that they need to establish the precedent. There's the same degree of like a penalty if somebody falsely creates allegations against you. Because right now there's nothing like that in place. Like if you make a fake allegation against somebody, it should be like the same charges if you raped somebody.
Okay. McQueen, weigh in on this. You know, by the way, clean as a whistle out here. This guy's a stand-up guy. These fucking allegations, they're like, you've seen them go around, whether it's Tate, whether it's these guys, whether it's this, whether it's that. You know, when you see these allegations, are you just like, nah, like, how are you processing?
I agree with him. Like, I think that when it depends on the person, like, for example, with Tate, like, he's speaking on things that everyone deep down knows is the truth. But, like, it's an agenda being pushed, and obviously they want it to stay that way. So when you have someone who has that much power and he's pushing a certain, the real agenda, I wouldn't even say it's an agenda, I would say it's the truth, then it's going against what their plan is. So I think when it comes to certain people, I'm like, nah, they're just trying to shut him up. Like even with the Ryan Garcia thing, like I think they gave him the whole like he took steroids thing because they're mad that Devin Haney lost and because he's speaking out about like things like Alex Jones and just a bunch of other like truths and stuff. So
so this great point. This I guess a larger conversation would be you're familiar with the World Economic Forum, what they're doing with Klaus Schwab.
Yeah, globalism.
They said that the number one globalism exactly. They said the number one fear that they have over the next few years is misinformation and disinformation. You don't know what to believe. You don't know who to believe, right? There used to be, when the internet came up, it was the information age. Now it's the validation age. It's like, how do we know what should we got to validate that thing? Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Listen, if they're
listen, Linda. Go ahead.
Okay, because I'm kind of in the middle with a lot of my my opinions. I do think that the Me Too movement is a bag of shit because women know, especially if you are over 18 years old, you know what you're going to get yourself into. And if you're going to go to a prick's hotel or date a prick or anything, you know how pricks work. So, like, don't come over here to tell me, I did it because I wanted a movie. And don't freaking be a movie star. Do OnlyFans and cook like me or something. I don't know.
Just for the record, how do quote unquote pricks look or pricks work?
Whoever, the guy.
I don't. I'm into girls, so I don't know what going back to
the guy that has the money and that has a bunch of girls. What make you think you're going to be any special? Like, you know what you got yourself into. Like, don't get yourself into things. I'm not saying that the guys are acting right, or I'm saying that you know what you were getting yourself into. So now you're going to come after 20 years. What? It hurt you now, but it didn't hurt you 20 years ago? What changed?
Well,
obviously the money.
Are there NDAs? I want to know about the NDAs.
NDAs. How stupid are these rich people? I signed NDAs when I was a dominatrix.
Listen, here's the question. They didn't necessarily have all this money 10, 15 years ago. they were on the come up. They were on the verge of it. These guys, talking about the Alexander brothers, the Gaetz stuff is more recent, but even then, you're saying that girls, quote unquote, should know what they're getting themselves into?
Well, no, what I'm saying is that something is being raped, forcibly raped, and something is, I want this hot guy, this piece of chocolate right here that has $100,000. I want a bag. I'm gonna go and do whatever. You know what I mean?
Queen, you need a moment?
I do. I need to go to the bathroom real quick. Yeah.
Come on, we adults. We know how girls are around people that are rich, unfortunately, and then they feel bad because they get on another level, which is own what you did.
Okay.
But what about
Let me ask Marcel, because Marcel, when we met, we were literally on a private mansion, on a private island, literally took a private jet, the whole deal, and you were like one of the only few girls there. I think there was like 3 women and like 20 dudes.
Damn.
It was like an influencer, rich trip type of thing, straight up. What's your experience in this world being like kind of like, and you were the one organizing the event. What's your experiencing being a beautiful woman organizing this very high-end event with very successful men?
Yeah, so my experience is not very, very nice because I do believe that a lot of women, they go to these places with not knowing the reality of what's going to happen there. So you're saying that, oh, you need to know what you're getting yourself into. It's very tough because nobody tells you, yeah, come here, we're going to do all this sex party and we're going to all be naked and that's what's going to happen. But once you are in that situation, you're already there and it's hard for you to kind of escape, because you are already in a position where it's like famous people with like a lot of money and a lot of power, and it's very complicated for these girls to be out there and be like, that's what happened to me, that's what I went through, because most of the people are not going to believe that. So even I'm not saying that I went through situations like that, because that's very serious, but I've been through situations very disrespectful and situations that I need to be very strong and very straight to the point and position myself, because like Adam said, I was working with a lot of millionaires and people with a lot of money and power. So I had to position myself, but not many girls have this knowledge and way to go around things and, and let people know what is the reason they are there.
What they don't want to
do.
So how much of this is, because you said you just turned 40, right? How much of this, and I want to hear from all the ladies, is they're just young, beautiful girls who are 18, 21, 22,
so they're very innocent.
And they don't know what to expect. What do you think?
Yeah, they're very innocent. And for example, when I moved here, I had nothing, right? I moved here with $300, so I need to grow. I built a business, and then I built my second business. And then when I start working with all these people, I'm like, wow, so I made it. But then I'm like, wait a second. This is not as beautiful as I thought it was. And it's a dream that they're selling that it's actually not very professional and very ethic, and it's just a bunch of lies and manipulation.
But it's still not the men's fault. It's how these women were raised not to be strong enough to say no. You said no, and you don't speak to men the way that I speak to men.
But women,
I could tell that. And if I say no and you say no, they are the issue.
But I feel like you're the type of girl that tells men the way and they like it for some reason. I don't know. That's my vibe.
I probably charge them for saying no.
That's right. I'm not into that, but there's men like the pay pig types of things.
I was going to kind of feed up about what both of them said, because men approach different women differently. So that's a big step. So some men can look at a young girl and know like she ain't going for that, but then they gonna look, she going for that. All I got to do is tell her XYZ and she gonna come in here and get this money and blah, blah, blah.
So are you kind of saying that it's on the women to know better?
No, I'm not saying it's on the women. I was feeding off about what
I'm saying
what they was just saying. But I also do feel like the whole Me Too train, because I don't know, I just be feeling like being in the light and seeing a lot of the women, they get so hooked up on who they with and who they around. So they be down for anything. And then when they go left, it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting this. But 75% of the women, I think, know better. But I think.
What do you mean know better?
They know better. They know what time it is when they going to do these things with these type of people. I just feel like they know better.
McQueen, go ahead. What do you say?
I 100% agree with her. I feel like even if like, cause she said that like you might not know exactly what happens at these places,
But you have an idea.
but based off the type of people who are there, and like you can't tell me that you live in the world. You've heard of stories of what those people at the top do.
Yeah, but
even if you don't know the exact thing, you should expect something out of the ordinary to happen.
But I was gonna go back to say being young too. So some people might be young.
What are they doing there?
Like,
They're so young.
You said 18, 20. They college kids technically. They just living free, living wild. They thinking they going to a party to get lit, and it's the other 25% when they get in. It's like, oh my gosh, what is this? So I don't know. I just
like pull up the house in the Hamptons that they were talking about. This is the
that's why I think I just
Hugh
if you go to a dungeon party
of the Hamptons. And they're talking about going to a castle sex dungeon party. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Why did this? So, and by the way,
sex dungeon party.
Never appropriate to do anything like that. But
that alone
literally, it's a castle.
no.
Which you're gonna, Nat, I have a weird question for you. You told this story before.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna, this story.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well,
But
be doing
you-
that this party.
What are you like? You
Yes.
ended up back in this trailer.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell that part.
No, it's just there is that percent of like, depending on where you're going, you know what the possibility could be. So that's up to the individual making that decision. Where am I going? What could possibly happen? How south could it go? But there's also that other end of, I'm at work and something happens at work. That's also something that is common in workplaces that I've heard people have experienced those things in. But when it comes down to it, I've hung out, I've gone to parties, and there's certain parties where there's certain people there that I know, like, if maybe I go into that room, something may go south.
Right. This out of my league.
It's the knowledge of that. But I think understanding that if I'm making that decision, that's what's to come, and I have to know how to operate accordingly.
So it's almost like
I've been saved though.
you said like the story. I'm not trying to put your business out there. You told a story about like you went to this like after party.
Yeah, I went to like an after party, and we were hanging out, and I figured like, hey, like we all hang out or whatever, and then I went to the back, and then in the back it was someone who was there, and they were like, hey, and I'm like, oh no, and then I left.
And then like
then immediately when that happened, I was like, oh, that's what time it is. Okay, I gotta go. My mom's calling. Like I made
But
something
thank you
up.
for saying that, and I want to give the disclaimer that it's never the woman's fault if something goes south. But at the same time, they put themselves in a situation like
should at least have a
there's some girls that I'm gonna come to you, Sex Shay. There's the girls that I've hung out with, very pretty girls, and they're always like, yeah, my friend, he invited us out. I go, oh yeah, who's your friend? Oh, this guy. I go, oh, he's your friend. How long have you known him? Oh, I met him like 2 weeks ago. This is your friend?
No.
Right, this is
Okay,
somebody
this is your
you met,
friend.
you wanna
Yeah,
hang
my
out.
friend. And young girls, they're impressionable. I'm like, tell me why you're saying he's your friend. Oh, he's just really nice. I'm like, you know what he's trying to do, right?
But isn't it about how the
And they're
parents
like,
raise
well,
them?
what do you mean? He's just my friend. I'm like, let's just, you're a very pretty girl. Okay? like that's actually the reason I'm hanging out with you. That's pretty much the only reason I'm hanging out with you is that you're pretty and, I'm, got a couple things going on, successful, yada, yada, and you're pretty. That's the exchange, straight up. That's why you're here in my house right now. And they're like, so I'm like, so you're going to go hang out with your friend. I go, what do you think he wants from you? I don't know. I'm like,
come on now.
just so you know, I'm giving you the heads up that at some point, some shit's going to get weird. She's like, okay, if you think so. 100% out of 100. She's like, yeah, he tried to do. I was like, I told you so. But why don't girls know that? It's almost like, don't put your hand on the stove. It's going to get burned. Don't put your hand on, you're going to.
They do know.
It's kind of like you want to see. There's a part of it. There's a
like
part of
some
it that
people
you
not
kind of
taught.
want to see if it really is what people say. There's that interest of like, okay, I'm going out. We go to the after parties. You're with a group of people. You're not alone. Say you're one of those girls. Something like that happens. You're like, oh shit, that's really happening. Then you remove yourself. But a lot of the time, people, they hear the names going to the party. Oh, it's this party. Oh, they're going to be there. You're like, okay, that's good networking, right? You meet a few people. I've met people too. And then there's people that I met that I'm like, stay away.
Yeah.
But again, it's that understanding of where you're going, who you're going with, what you even value. Would you even, if you were sitting in front of a celebrity, rapper, millions of dollars, and they start taking off your little, how would you react? Are you going to let him because you want his money? Are you going to let him so you can kind of be the person that he calls? Are you going to stop him because you have values? It also depends, like Carrie Ann said, how were you raised? If you're in a situation like that, how do you remove yourself if you don't want to do that?
Quick question, then I'm going to come to Shay. You remember that party we went to at that very famous restaurant with all those very famous people?
Yes.
A couple weeks ago?
Yes.
I mean, some of the more famous people in the world.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I remember.
And I was like, come on, now we're going. And you're like, holy shit.
Oh my gosh, let me cover
Like,
up.
I'm talking the Tom Brady's of the world, the Travis Kelce's of the world, the Jimmy Butler, like famous people, rappers, celebrities. This is during F1. And we caught a nice little invite to that.
Yes.
Awesome. I brought Nat. What girl would say no to that? What percentage of girls? By the way, nothing inappropriate happened. It was all good. But what percentage of girls, hey, well, you're going to be around this person, this person, this person?
Around in that room, majority of the girls were in the area where all the famous people were.
Yeah.
There was like maybe like.
What girl would say, I don't want to go to that party?
No, maybe like.
They will say yes.
We'll say
so the
20%.
majority of girls are going to be
80-20.
attracted to the top, most successful, best-looking status dudes.
But
yes?
you have to also understand
that's essentially what's happening at these Hamptons parties.
Yes, but it's because maybe they're thinking, or the possibility of them finding a high-value man will probably be in a room where there's high-value people like that. So I could see why girls are like, oh, well, maybe I'll go. You know, I meet some people, and then they go and they're like, oh, these are not the people I want to meet, and then they have to remove them.
I think it go back to still just knowing, like, I ain't with that. Even if something was to go down at that party, it goes to either she gonna say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go, or no, I'm not with it.
Okay, and I'm gonna ask a question, Shay. What's your take on all this?
I just wanted to add that, like, not all rich people, but most rich people do weird things because money don't excite them anymore. So they start doing extreme stuff.
Yeah.
So like
they got a new dance.
Yeah, like knowing you're going to a certain party with certain people, like you got to think like, damn, money don't even excite them anymore. Like, how far are they gonna go?
Yeah. And why did you say that you knew? Do you go a party ever? Because you seem like the type of guy that you know when shit about to go weird.
You look like that.
Yeah.
You look like that.
I know when shit's about to get weird.
You
I feel
know
like
when
shit's about to get weird right now. What are you assuming?
I'm not assuming, okay? You old enough.
There you go, Angelina.
Okay? You have enough money and have enough rich friends to know when shit's about to get weird.
Yeah.
So you have already learned when shit's about to get weird and if you want to go into the weirdness or not. So that is you know what I'm saying.
Well, just to be clear, there's nothing wrong or illegal with weird
At
stuff.
all.
But it's all about where you draw the line.
The line.
Where I draw the line is it fucking legal? If it's illegal, I'm out. Yeah. And this is why I'm 40 plus years later, like, have zero cares in the world and have been partying in South Beach since I'm 21 years old in high school. But no, the most men, just to be clear, act right. Most men are not doing this shit. And there's a reason that there's one or two stories like this, not billions like you heard with, like, these are anomalies. Like, let's not give men a bad name. I will say this. There's a difference. What I want to know from you ladies is the status of a man, how a man looks, how a man operates. There's a difference between whether it's kind of sexual harassment or flirting. Have you seen these memes? Let's pull these memes up. So there's a couple memes out there. It's like, you're going to know the difference between flirting. Okay, hey, flirting. Yeah. Yes. Hey, that dress looks sexy on you, girl. That's flirting. Hey, girl, that dress looks sexy on you. That's a mugshot now.
You know, that makes me think of 50 Shades of Grey. Why is it one of the best-selling books of all time?
Yes.
You know, a billionaire doing all the dominatrix stuff. So they say the difference between that and, like, the crime stories is the fact the guy was rich.
Bingo. Like okay, there's a couple more. Just to kind of paint the picture here. There's a difference between harassment and flirting. There's that unspoken riz from Jack Harlow right there.
Jack Harlow.
And then there's sexual harassment from, I don't know, is that a young Jack Harlow?
The guy at the Comic-Con.
Okay, yeah. We know the difference, ladies. By the way, most of y'all probably get hollered at. Jack Harlow. There's a third one I want to say. This is for our Indian Latino folks out there.
Stop it.
Flirting. Hey, girl, you look sexy. All right, cool. What's up? So
hey,
how much? Who said? Shay, I think it was you that said, depending on the man's socioeconomic status, I'm gonna interpret things a little bit different.
I don't know. Did I say that?
Okay. Oh no, that was you, JLO. Go ahead. Well, you said depending on a man's socioeconomic static wealth, you're like, all right, I'm down for that. You looking sexy out there versus.
No, I don't. I just feel like it's all about how you feel in that moment, how they say it, and what they say. Because this ain't really much to really look at. It could be a weird man who might just compliment you. And the other one could be out of line. The one with a lot of money, he could be out of line. And you like, I don't care who you is, you out of line. You know?
Okay, so I'm going to go down the list here
levels.
from the ladies and answer honestly. I want to know what percentage of men, if 100 men come up to you, hey, how are you? Creep you out. Okay? I know your boyfriend's here, but what percentage of men
Only my
creep you
man.
out?
Of the ones that come up to me?
Yes.
Probably, I'd say like 30%.
30%. So 70% uncreepy.
I think it's all about what you're putting out there, and that's how people approach you.
Okay, but by the way, your boyfriend's here. He's got guns. Nobody's hitting on this girl, especially me on the show right now. Marcel, what percentage of dudes creep you out?
It's been a long time since I would say a lot of them, like most of them, they are not respectful.
Guys, real quick, I'm just looking for a percentage. We all know. I'd say anywhere between 0 and 100.
Like,
That's
give
all
me
I
a
need.
number.
I don't know, 60%.
60%. Okay. How about you?
5%?
5%. 95%. Shoot your shot.
No, I feel like when I was 23 years old and I was figuring my life out and figuring out who I was as a person, I think my number would be a lot higher. But when I grew in my self-confidence, when I got engaged, when I knew who I was as a person and had my morals and values, which again speaks to the age component of all of this, when I was 25 and my brain was fully developed, I wasn't worried about men coming up to me and talking to me because I knew who I was and I knew how I would react.
How old
to
are you
someone.
now, Chrissy?
27.
Okay. She's like, back in my old days. When I was okay, Shay, what percentage of men creep you
Like
out?
20%.
20%. So we got 30%, 60%, 5%, 20%. So, okay. JLO, what percentage of men creep you
I'm
out?
with about 20.
20%. Yeah, talk to me now. I feel like she could say 0 or 100. I
It's
have no
definitely
clue.
0% because I mean the only way that a man will creep me out if he invite me to the Super Mario Castle, I would definitely will not go because that is some creepy shit right there.
Hold on. You're doing porn for a living, but you're not going to a Hamptons?
No, because I know, but hell no, I know better.
I'm trying to come back home.
All these millionaires that these girls want to marry will pay me to golden shower on them. So like I am not.
You just creeped me out.
Like you going home to your husband after I golden shower his ass. So like. Yes, millionaires are freaky. Millionaires have too much power. When people have too much power, judges, government, not that I'm going to speak on it because I have signed enough
Dear God.
shit not to. But,
She's signing NDAs from government officials. Gotcha.
so I am telling you that these dudes that you guys look up to are freaks because power makes people weak in sex. And you want to do crazy stuff. So the only men that will not creep me is the regular men. Men with no money are not creepy at all. Men with money, creepy.
So you're saying that men with more money are creepier than poor guys?
Yes.
You're saying the same thing as well?
Yeah, they
You're saying
strange.
That's why I said money don't excite them
And
anymore.
power.
Okay,
Money
hold
and
on.
power.
Are you also saying that, guys, that richer men?
I think she's right about the power thing, not about the money thing. Because I've met a lot of people that they live in a small bubble, right? And they think they're the most powerful person in that room, and they're actually losers. And they mean, but in their circle, they're so cool, and those are the same kind of people that you're talking about.
Gotcha. Well, they say that absolute power corrupts absolutely. So
Man, they're weird. Them government people are weird. They like put them in cages for
listen,
days and stuff.
you signed an NDA?
No, but I'm not
So
saying
we're
their
not going
names.
to talk about this anymore.
We're not going to, but
I
I'm
don't
just
want
saying.
to talk about what you and Mitch McConnell did. And it's not a big deal. Sign that NDA. Okay, guys, thank you for that beautiful conversation. Moving right along. Holy moly. Mitch McConnell.
Understand my accent.
No, I understood completely. So,
Buddy.
guys, thank you for being here. We're going to move on to the next topic right now. Everyone take a deep breath. Keep it going. That was the most serious conversation we're going to have today, I think.
good.
Maybe there might be one more.
Okay.
This is going to be a little more fun.
Yes.
Okay, let's have a little fun right now. Guys, get your red, get your green. Let's go on. We got McQueen. It's McQueen's birthday.
Red,
Shout out to
green, and
McQueen.
green.
Come on now.
McQueen.
Happy early birthday.
Hey,
You might get some birthday titties.
Hey, I might.
Happy birthday.
Hey, I appreciate you, man.
Happy birthday Then she already gave you a titty bump, and she offered to go to the bathroom.
Why you still like that
Happy
now?
birthday,
Relax
Queen.
because of the titties, man.
That's right. I put you right next to her for a reason.
I know. I appreciate it, man.
Have fun.
Good placement.
Okay. Welcome to SOSCAST, y'all. Come for the commentary, stay for the titties.
That's good.
Moving right along. Okay. How many of you guys just green if yes, red if no, know who Bill Belicheck is? Put your thumbs up. Do you know Bill Belichick? So we got yes, yes, no, no, yes, yes. So 3 ladies, 1
Can we have
Brazilian,
a picture? I'm horrible with names. Can I have a
1
picture?
Cuban.
We'll do it.
JLO, where you from?
Miami.
She's Miami. Okay, so
Miami.
2 international people don't know Bill Belichick. You're from Miami. You should know better. Bill Belichick is the most winningest football coach in the history of the NFL. He was the
Got caught with the young girl coming out of the. Yes, I know who that guy is.
all of a sudden.
I know, dude. He's
Okay.
a freak. Yes.
Well, we'll have that conversation right now. He was Tom Brady's coach.
Yes.
Tom Brady, the GOAT, 7 Super Bowl championships. I don't think anyone's ever going to beat that. We'll see what happens with Patrick Mahomes. But you guys mostly know Bill Belichick. You know, Marcel, who Bill Belichick is now?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So Bill Belichick, as you're saying, quote unquote, got caught. But I'm thinking, what did he get caught doing? Is it nothing illegal? True. So let's find out what he did. Here is KFC from Barstool commenting on Bill Belichick and his new young lady friend. Go ahead.
TMZ is reporting that 72-year-old Bill Belichick is apparently romantically linked to a 24-year-old competitive cheerleader. Her name is Jordan Hudson. Apparently they met on a flight in 2021, and then after Belichick split up with Linda, they started getting romantic. I got absolutely no idea, no clue what Bill Belichick and this girl could possibly talk about. I mean, no 72-year-old can have a normal conversation with a 24-year-old. Imagine if that 72-year-old is Bill Belichick, who knows nothing other than the X's and O's of football. Unless, I suppose, this girl was on the sidelines of a football team, you know, cheerleading, learning every single thing about an NFL playbook. Maybe that's what they talk about. After the footage from the Ring camera of his walk of shame in Nantucket went viral, we all knew that Belichick had that dog in him. But a 24-year-old? Oh, Bill, you naughty boy.
Okay.
Disagree.
Before we have a conversation about Bill Belichick, I would like to basically paint a little picture of how you ladies feel. I would like to know, what's the oldest guy that you could see yourself dating?
Oh.
Okay? Nat, since you're piping up, what's the oldest guy you can see yourself in a serious relationship with?
Oh boy.
Stop with the commentary, Brandon. I don't know. I don't really have a specific age, but I would assume the oldest would be maybe in their late 30s to 40s.
Late 30s to late 40s?
No, late 30s into their 40s.
Okay,
would be
gotcha.
the oldest, I would say.
So you're still in your
20s?
early 20s somehow.
Yay.
So you'd go at least 10 to possibly even 15 years older than you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Angelina, what's the oldest?
At 40?
Yes.
At 40, I'll
Yes.
say 56.
56.
I just want things to work, you know?
Yes.
Because if I'm going to date, I'm married, I'm not dating, but I'm saying like it will have to work.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
56, good looking though. But Bill looks great.
Shit.
He
You
was
just called
without
him
a
a creep
shirt.
a
Bill
second
looks
ago.
great. He's 77, but he looks
All
good.
right. Good for you.
Without
So you
a
go
shirt.
16 years older. J-Lo?
Yeah, I'm
What's
about the
it-
same.
Okay.
Like 16, 17.
16, 17.
Depends on the guy.
Okay.
But if
But
he
if it's
look-
like,
if he
if it's
looking-
that dude, if it's George Clooney, you'd,
I mean, if he looking my age, let's go.
okay. Idris Elba, someone there, see, all right.
Oh, yeah. Black don't crack. Black,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
wait.
Listen,
Black don't crack.
listen, you get
Yes.
one man, okay? You're
No,
married. You're
because-
married.
No, that doesn't
Yes.
work like that.
Okay.
Listen, if it's black,
She knows
you
the
can
facts.
go up because it don't crack. So like you could go like
That is
maybe
another innuendo for my friend McQueen right here.
Right. I just in
The titties, the innuendos. Queen! Happy birthday, baby.
Idris Elba wife
Great
is
birthday.
young. They like.
I know your boyfriend's here, and
Yeah,
he.
so before
yes.
my boyfriend,
Yes.
I would say probably, so I'm 30, probably like 42.
Okay, so
But
12 years.
Yeah, depends. Everyone takes care of themselves differently.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. We
It
know
depends. It depends on the guy.
Yeah.
that. Okay. We all know it depends on the guy.
That's
I mean,
it.
there's certain things like
Not
you
being
know,
out of shape. We're not doing it.
Marcel,
I would say 45,
45. Okay. And you're 30?
34.
Okay. So that's another 10, 12 years that you would go. How
Yeah.
about you?
I'm 27, and if I was not engaged, like 37.
Okay, so 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
All right.
7
Shay?
to 10.
Okay, 7 to
10 years.
So
Yeah.
every single girl on the panel is totally comfortable with double-digit age difference for the most part.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
No big deal. By the way, just for the record, guys, what's the oldest girl you would date? How many years older than you?
Yeah.
Serious relationship. Not a hit it and quit it, happy birthday, player.
Ah, man, I don't know. That's probably the only scenario I think I could go with. For
Yes.
real, I'm going to be honest. I'm really just trying to knock some shit. Maybe like early. I mean, okay. Dates, she would probably have to be younger. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, so you wouldn't even go older. She would have to be younger.
I don't think
So not even 1 year older.
Maybe. It
Okay.
depends.
What's
There might be.
what's the cutoff, though?
Ooh. Okay, and. Huh?
Sugar mamas?
What you trying to say? Okay.
Something young.
There could be an anomaly, but
Okay.
if there is an anomaly, I'd probably say around like 35, 40.
Okay. And you're about to be 30. How old are you now?
I'm 31. Well,
31.
I'm about to be 31 this weekend.
Okay.
Like you want to
Brandon, you're about to be 30 coming up soon.
Yeah.
What's the oldest you would go?
Probably 25. I want a lot.
Oh, so you won't even go a girl
No,
even
no,
a
no.
minute older than you?
No, I want a lot of
Gotcha.
kids.
Gotcha. So just to be clear here,
Sorry.
the guys won't even venture older, and if they do, it's like
5 years pushing. Probably.
I don't think even said 5 years.
Does just knowing
women-
their age
okay.
turn you off though? Like if they were lying to you and they're like, "Yeah, I'm 22."
Oh, I'm going to know.
But if they did,
I'm a bootyologist.
if they, if
So you
they
can tell
know
the age of a
though,
woman
is
by
the
their
age when women tell you their age, does that affect the way that you move forward?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
Well, it depends. It depends.
You meet a girl. Yeah, I'm 35.
It depends on what I'm trying to accomplish. If I'm trying to bust a nut, then it doesn't really
That's an
matter.
accomplishment.
Okay.
But if I'm trying to just like see where this goes, and I don't know, usually the older girls come with kids and shit, so that's gonna fuck something. That's gonna fuck.
Is that a
something.
no-no for you?
That's
It's a no-no.
And is it a
Ain't
red
going
flag
well.
if they're older with no kids?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
What's considered older
Yeah,
with
totally
no
agree.
kids to you?
Like 35 and older with no kids.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's a unicorn.
Should I go so let's bring it back to the conversation. By the way, everyone get McQueen's number after this. He's down to hit it. We know.
and it's his birthday.
And it's his birthday number to the Queen. So just to be clear, Bill Belichick's ex-lady friend, her name was, I don't even know what her name now, Linda. Thank you, Linda. There was an 11-year age difference. He's 72, she's 61. Okay. The new girlfriend, by the way, I'm going to tell you guys an interesting story about the new girlfriend. She's 24, he's 72. That is a 48-year age difference.
Nice.
That's too much.
Her parents are younger than him.
Granddaughter's age.
Walk me through if this is inappropriate or not and what she is thinking. Who would like to go first?
I think it's awesome. Yeah.
And that's why you're
Okay.
here, Brandon.
Yeah. I mean,
Why?
like he's accomplished a lot, and I mean, it's consensual. She's attracted to him for what I mean. Maybe she's attracted to intelligence or success. I mean, so
Or money.
yeah,
Breaking.
right.
Yeah.
So
or
I mean,
status or
I was
fame
just
or
gonna say, get the
recognition
money
or
out
Super
this.
Bowls.
like
or
we know where
rings.
their heads are at. So like,
or
what's
free
wrong with
tickets.
that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was more going for the ladies' perspective, but thank you.
Sorry,
It's awesome.
I just want to give my boy credit.
I don't think that.
Initially, you said that it's creepy, but then you're like, he looks good. So walk me through.
No. It's. I mean,
Is this appropriate or not? 48 years age difference.
appropriate. It's the perspective of whoever it's doing it. I just tell you, man, I would not go as. I mean, I've slept with a guy that I had to revive after the situation. It's true. It's true. I have to call 911. The guy's got a heart attack.
Stop.
He finished. And I was very young. I was like on my 19, 22, and I just hear like bam. Like no, I'm so serious. It scared the hell out of me, and I never dated older men after that because
Yeah.
the guy just bam to the floor.
How old
And
was
when
he?
he was like 68. I was 20.
Maybe he was 69. Who knows?
Exactly, and it was too much for him, and I had to revive this guy, and it was so it took me a lot to like date older guys.
Did he die?
No, I saved him. I know how to do the thing.
Maybe it was just a move from mouth to mouth. He just wanted a little.
Probably no. The rescue came in. He had a heart issue, and we found out after. I never dated him again. I saved his life.
So you're a miracle
God's
worker.
word.
So
ex porno star, current miracle worker.
So you guys have to think about these things. Like this guy might have to wear Pampers at one point of your time. Like, are you really here for the money, or like girls have to think when you're gonna get with an older man? It's
Well,
You
let me
come
tell you something about my dog
stuff.
McQueen. Healthy as an ox, bro. There's no mouth to mouth
I just
resuscitation.
say have a good time, and when you're done, just get up out of there. Cause
What is it now?
For her, I don't know, just from what it looks like, have
Yeah.
a good time, and because that might be what she want. We don't know.
Okay.
So enjoy the time until it's over, and if she ready to go. Cause he'll get another one.
There it is.
So-
Chrissy, you're a very classy lady.
Oh,
Walk me
thanks.
through the mindset of this girl,
What can we say?
Jordan, who's 24 and dating 72-year-old Bill Belicheck. Walk me through the mind of a young, beautiful woman coming up.
I can't fathom that idea. I really couldn't. My only interpretation of this is my grandpa had an affair with his secretary, and they've been married for like 30 plus years. There's a 20-something age difference. She's the same age as my mom, who's the third of four, and they're happily married and in love, and I adore her. So
Have a good time.
I don't
Okay.
know. I see it both sides. I think that big, mind you, there's like a 20, 30-year age gap in that. This is 40. I could never do that. There's some things I look at and I'm like, you do you, boo, but like I could never.
Gotcha. Anyone else have really strong feelings on this, pro or con? Anyone that wants
I
to weigh
actually
in on
don't
this?
think it's that crazy. It's not
Okay.
that bad.
It makes
I
you
actually don't think
happy.
it's like too
Coming from the
far
girl who said,
off.
I think 10 years is the max. You're good with 50 years.
No, well, here's the
not
thing,
you.
though. It also depends on the girl and what she's looking for. I don't know what that relationship is with Bill. I don't know what Bill makes her feel safe. Maybe that's the person that's making her feel safe. He's had many years on Earth. His pockets are very secure. So if you ask me as a candidate, if I see someone like that, I say, you're pretty secure in your life. I could see why somebody would give someone like that a chance. Even though she's younger and so on and so forth, she could be more mature.
Walk
as a
me
woman.
through
feel
this
like
whole
she's gonna
feel
stick with him
safe
for
concept. Is that a
Bill
big
is
thing
staying
for
together.
women?
That's huge.
That's major.
A woman
all
can
right.
feel safe around a man,
right.
and when you see,
Okay, that's
and
a big deal?
That's
That's a big
major.
deal?
That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Why is it such a big deal? Like no,
If I don't
no
feel
guy.
safe, you
A
gotta
genuine
go.
question.
Yeah.
No guy is like on their current list of what they want a girl. She just makes me feel safe.
No, but it's because
why
as
is
a
it-
woman,
Yeah.
if you're gonna
Because as a-
submit, if you're gonna be submissive to a man, I would
He needs
think
to be
you
a
want to be
protector.
submissive to somebody who has everything secured, has everything
Okay.
in check. As a woman, when you are looking for a man, you're looking for a man that's going to be able to hold things down when things get crazy.
Okay.
And when you have a man that has more security, if that's, older, right? Older men, they've been through
Yes.
things, they've seen things. People with more money, they've been through tough times, they've gone through that phase. So when you see that as a woman, it's like, all right, I want to submit to a man that I know he's going to be able to take care of things when things really hit the fan. We lose money, this happens, or whatever the case, who's going to be able to get us out of that rut? So I think that security is super, super important for
So
women
just to be
feel.
clear, the security and the safety isn't so much like physical. It's just, is it
In
financial?
general.
It's emotional. It's just
general.
everything.
Emotional.
In
more
general.
emotional.
Everything.
What is emotional security? What does that mean?
I don't have like a perfect definition for it, but when I think of emotional security, it's honestly not even the ability to have it. I think that's why you see a very
freedom.
rare age difference of like 40 years.
Yes.
It's the potential to emotionally get there and
Okay.
be understanding, because we are just emotional creatures. There's an inherent biological difference between men and women, and we are emotional. The ability to understand that, interpret that, and not like send it back to me, it's very important.
Plus, men also look for security. You say that you guys don't look for security on women. You do. You do. You want a good wife. You want a girl that maintains the home. You want a girl that you can parade, that is security within your emotional too. Our security is just different. But in order to have a successful marriage, you need security on both sides. The female security is just different. Some people are more driven to the money security. But also, it has to be an emotional security for the women, because we are emotional beings. And when I was younger, I was a wreck with my emotions. And I had somebody that was, even though he was younger than me, because my husband is younger, he's more into, his emotional control. So trust me, I'm controlled now. I am more control now. And it's because I have an emotional, secure man next to me. If my man was a wreck emotionally, I would be a wildflower, wilder. You know?
Now, how much younger is your husband?
4 years.
4 years. Okay, gotcha. And let me just address maybe the elephant in the room. How did the emotions work when he knows you've done porn? And I think he was military?
He is
Okay, so
military.
like,
He's
is he like,
ex-military.
is there no jealousy? Like, I would get super uncomfortable if I found out a girl had sex with a guy just in general one time. I was like, what? You're not a virgin? No.
Listen.
So how does it work in that regard?
We had to work together. He got out when he came back from he met me and I was already 2 months into the industry. But since I was already on Spanish TV, he went to Iraq. So when he came back, we did this porn thing together. Like we grew up in porn. Our marriage grew
What do you mean
up.
together?
They made a video together.
Oh, you were doing it together?
No, he did not make a video. He got into the industry as a producer. He's still in the industry as a producer.
Okay.
So, but we had to grow this together, like this uncomfort, nudity. It was both. If it felt uncomfortable at the beginning for both of us, more for me than for him, because he's a man and he could, and since he's military, he could separate his feelings. To me, it was weird. Okay, when men will come and say, "Yo, that scene was great," and I was like. But
dude, that is such an emotional. It sounds like I'm dissing it. Wow.
I know it's something
Like,
that
how
you
can a
have
man
to
do that? I'd be
Yes,
like,
made for you.
It's something you're not made for.
I'm not built for this.
You're
Because if
not
I
built
saw
for
my
it.
girl, I'd be
for
like,
you.
and lose my number. Thanks, bye.
Yes.
But he's like, let's walk
Plus,
down
he
the aisle.
got into the industry and
Yeah.
he realized that every single person in this industry separates sex from feelings. That's not something that I recommend
Okay.
for everybody, and that's not something that happens to everybody. But we grew up in this industry to the point that I got out and he's still a producer in this industry.
Okay.
Like he shoots,
I like
all
that.
my ex-coworkers. So
Y'all was made for each other.
Co-workers. All my ex-co-workers. Co-workers, sometimes might say. What were you going to say?
No, I said they made for each other. That sounds like a love story.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well,
Only
do
that
you
she-
think Bill Belichick and this girl are going to end up together?
no.
She's
I
gonna
feel
get
like she
pregnant.
could be there for like 5 years.
Full
max.
prediction. She's gonna be pregnant by the end of the year.
Wow.
That's your
That's happened with the owner of the Patriots. He's dating a 22-year-old.
Robert Kraft.
Yeah, he knocked her
Yeah,
up.
she gonna have
Same
fun,
thing with
get what she can
McJagger.
get and get
She's
out.
still a
That's right.
cheerleader?
Yeah.
By the way, Al Pacino had a kid recently. He's 80-something.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Robert De Niro had a kid recently.
She's in this thing for the long
He's
term.
80-something. Robert Kraft,
so.
he's late 70s.
Yeah.
He's the owner of the Patriots.
She's chilling.
Bill
once
Belichick is a young man, 70, young man's
Michael
game.
Douglas,
Michael,
But think about it, though. She's
do you guys know any 80-year-old women still having kids?
80-year-old woman.
Okay,
I
no.
don't know,
Just
it's
so
still
only
working.
so the rules
You're right,
are
you're right,
different.
you're
You can
right.
have
Yeah.
babies.
They
The
are.
rules are
past
different for the men and the women. By the way,
No, you can.
funny story for you.
So
I was a
rare.
miracle baby.
As this story started coming out, do you remember I was in Washington, D.C. a couple
Yes.
weeks ago?
Yes.
Okay. And I was at a big financial event. Actually, at these events is where I met PBD for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And who was the guest speaker? Bill Belichick.
Of course.
I said, what? I showed up late.
Of
No
course.
surprise
Of course.
there.
Yeah.
And I go to the lady that's running the show. I go, where are the extra seats? She goes, the only available seats are in the front row. So look where this right here. I'm in that seat right there. Right? So that's where I'm sitting right there. I'm in the front row. And I'm looking around. I'm like, actually, a guy I do business with right behind me. He's like, how the hell? I was like, front row. And play this clip real quick of Bill Belichick right here. This is me. But there's a second part to the story. Go ahead.
You would have that happen.
Okay,
to
I
you.
thought I had a better clip, but that's but
We have another one.
I think there's another video. However, I'm in the front row. Imagine you guys sitting right here. There's one chair
right there.
in front of the front row. Like this is the front row, guys.
Yeah.
There's a chair in front of the front row, and this cutie patootie chick is sitting right there. So as I go, well, what's this girl doing? Play this clip right here.
Okay.
Go down.
Look forward to seeing you down the road. All right, thank you.
All right. Bill Belichick. Okay. So there I am, front row. There, yeah, you guys know what I look like. You can't really see it. You saw there was a chair.
Yeah.
There's a girl sitting there, and dude, I'm focusing on Bill Belichick, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, who's the girl in the front of the front row? Hey, guys, this is the front row right here.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Imagine just one random ass chair in front of the front row, and I'm texting the guy behind me because like Bill Belichick's right. I'm like, who's the hot chick in the front row? He's like, dude, go up there. So I'm like, hey, you good? Like, she's like, yeah. Like she's there.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm thinking, like, who is this girl? Like, why is she here? What's her deal? Does she work for the conference?
Yeah.
Like, is she with Bill Belichick? Like, she's
Is that your wife? Yeah.
Like, 0% that I think it's his wife.
Oh.
Okay,
Your
his
wife.
assistant. I'm literally thinking it's his granddaughter. I am trying to shoot my shot with this chick. Straight up. Like, she's right there. I'm like,
That's Adam.
she's just kind of like listening to Bill Belichick. So I'm thinking, what? And then I'm literally texting the guy behind me. I go, hey, after his thing, I'm going to go talk to the girl.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, bro, shoot your shot. Let's go. 5 minutes before it ends, like, security guard comes out and you see him talking to the girl and she gets up and leaves. Okay. And I'm like, the guy behind me is like, dude, your girl left. I'm like, dude, my girl, my wife, like, what just happened? Right. So I get out of the show. So thing's up. I go, hey, Bill Belichick, you saw the video. And my boy's like, we got to go find that girl. I'm like, we got to go find. Like in Billy Madison, was like, you got to go find that fucking dog. I go find that dog. Can't find her anywhere. I'm looking for this girl. Adorable. And dust settles. I'm like, all right, who is this girl? Like, what's going on here? I know the executive director of the whole thing. I go up to her and I go, hey, question for you. I go, who was the chick in the front row? She goes, oh, yeah. I'm thinking the same thing because she's a lesbian. She goes, she was hot, right? I go, yeah, super hot chick. What's her deal? She goes, she was there with Bill. I'm like, yeah, I assumed that. I go, was she there with Bill or was she there with Bill? And she goes, straight up, she goes, I think he's hitting it. Like, I'm like, her? I'm like, how old is that? I'm going through all this.
Yeah, that's his type.
And it, whatever. So now my business partners, the guys are all basically saying like, bro, Bill, like when she's done with Bill, hit her. I was like, now the fact that she's been with Bill Belichick,
Yeah.
I got no interest in a girl like this. What?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, am I
Really?
wrong?
Why?
So the point is
the
this:
same thing for me.
adorable. I spot her. I'm eyeing her. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, she's kind of like giving me a thumbs up. Like, she leaves, never to be seen again. I find out that this is the girl that Bill Belichick. This was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So all these stories, I'm like, yeah, there she is, Jordan. If you found out like that this girl you meet, 24 years old, gorgeous, that her ex was Bill Belichick, how would you handle it?
Yeah, I'd just be like, so you just letting anybody hit, huh? Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it would just be a turnoff. Because how the fuck would I feel if I'm thinking to myself, if I'm knocking her down and I'm thinking like, damn, she was just fucking this fat ass old nigga like
With a lot of money though.
But still, I mean, what does that say about your morals and your values as a woman? Like,
You would lose respect for her.
yeah, I would lose a lot of respect for her. Yeah.
Really? So would you be more okay with them doing that with people who are not like Bill Belichick?
Is it like a mental thing?
It's less about like the money and more so just like this is a fat old dude. Like you wouldn't give a fuck about this guy if he wasn't Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
So that tells me the only reason why you're fucking him is because he has money.
Is it
So that means-
intimidating that a girl dates guys like that?
Oh, that's what you're gonna do.
I'm just asking.
No, it's
On my
not.
Because that's why I'm asking that.
No. It's not that it's intimidating. It's just like, okay, let me put it in perspective. Like,
Okay.
If you would you look at a guy differently if like he was like if his history of him having sex with like the girls he's dated and had sex with was just like a bunch of like prostitutes and ugly bitches. How would you feel? Would you want to date with that guy afterwards?
No.
Okay then. So like that's the same way we look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just because you're saying no, men care way more about a woman's past than a woman cares about a man's past.
Yeah.
Like women, in my suspicion, would love to be my man used to be a dog, but he met me and now he's cleaned up his act. Women kind of get off on that. Like he was doing whatever, but he met you and he changed. Yes? No? Maybe?
People
no?
don't really care.
Nobody did that.
No?
Nobody, no.
Okay.
Certain women do. No. Certain women do. Like the one that don't really think much about themselves, that have self issues. They do. They want to feel like they change a man for them because it gives them value that they don't see in themselves. But women that are strong, no.
Okay.
No.
But for sure, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, men definitely care more about a woman's past, and a woman cares more about a man's future. Speaking of future, Bill Belichick is 172 years old. She's dating this guy. Okay? Because she cares about what he's been able to accomplish in the future.
And she was like right there watching him.
Oh,
What kind
row.
of foreplay is that?
Yeah,
Like,
let me ask you guys a
imagine
question. If that's the front row,
Angelina.
guys, you all see the front row right here in the studio? What would one seat in front of the front row be called?
The seat.
Just the seat?
That seat.
That's where she was sitting,
It would
in
be
the
like
seat.
the true
By the way, just to wrap this thing up, we
He's
talked about this
the
before.
seat.
There's a thing called hypergamy. All right, and this is a classic example of hypergamy. We've talked about this before. The act of dating or marrying up. Women are totally comfortable with dating an older man, a richer man, a man with more experience. A man has been around the world, around the block, whereas men want the exact opposite. They want young, pure, virgin-esque type women with less tread on the miles than a man. So this is just classic scenario. By the way, these stats, 43% admitted they didn't know what hypergamy was. But once they found out, 47% were like, yeah, I totally understand what that is. What's so funny, Nat?
Nothing.
You good? You having a little senior moment?
It's like you keep saying like this virgin women, like you have to
Just
raise
my
them
end.
point to get the
Pure.
virgin at this end, at this point of life, because women are not like that anymore as much as they want to portray themselves
Totally
that they are.
understand that. Point is this.
Continue.
Bill Belichick, thumbs up, thumbs down. As you approve of this message? Or is this fair game?
It's
Yeah.
not my life.
He's
All
single,
right.
she's
Bill
single.
Belichick, you're still winning championships out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the pinskin and on
Get
the
it,
field and
Daddy.
off the field. Shout out to Bill Belichick.
Daddy.
Okay, moving right along. What's so funny, Nat?
This girl is
I can't sit next to these guys.
You're having a great time.
Yes.
This is almost the exact opposite story, I think, kind of.
Okay.
What's where we're going?
Let's go.
So get out your reds and greens right now because
Oh,
we're going to
snap.
talk about a famous woman right now. We just talked about a famous man, the most famous coach of all time, Bill Belichick, most winningest coach. I want to talk about a famous woman, and her name is JLO. By the way, thumbs up if you're a fan of JLO. Thumbs down if you're not a fan of JLO. Hold them up high.
Her word.
Used to
Yes.
be,
Red or
but
green?
not really anymore. So right now, no, not really.
Yeah.
Currently.
Nat still hasn't realized I don't need opinions. I just need red or green. Okay, so Brandon, no. Shay, yes. No. You're
In
confused.
between.
Oh my God, we got to do better than
I'm
this.
in between too.
Okay. No, yeah. Okay, so half the panel is fans of J-Lo.
Yeah.
Half the panel.
Old J-Lo growing up.
Good setting.
Yeah,
good
Jenny
setting.
from the
What
block.
do you mean old J-Lo?
Like Jenny from the block, J-Lo.
What would you consider her now?
Jenny.
Watch
Jenny.
that.
Busted.
Jen.
Jenny trying to
Trying
find the
too
block.
hard, yeah.
Jen.
Yeah,
Trying
can't
to
seem
find
to
it.
give up, J-Lo.
Okay.
Can't stay down at her house, J-Lo. Yeah, I know what
Listen,
you're going
guys,
through.
don't be fooled by the rocks that I got, okay?
Oh.
I'm
And
still
J-Lo.
Sazi from the block. There it is. By the way,
clip that.
we're going to have a conversation right
Saucy
now
with
about
sauce.
is there a shelf life on female pop stars?
Yes.
There is, straight
There
up.
is.
So this was supposed to be J-Lo's year, if you see the article right now. But what happened? If you scroll down, you can see the title of the article. Thank you. This is supposed to be her year. She, go ahead, Nat, read that.
This was supposed to be J-Lo's year. What happened? A flop album, a canceled tour, and troubles at Jennifer Lopez beauty brand have demonstrated the challenges of being a mature pop star.
Okay, a mature pop star.
She
How old is she?
already.
How old is she?
And it's
How
a
old
new,
do you think she is?
She's 50-something.
Okay.
and it's a new
55.
generation of
J-Lo is
entertainment now.
currently
so.
54. She's going to be 55 this month.
She looks great, but
Okay.
I don't have the energy to jump in her concert. I'd rather watch it on Netflix. My kid is done not going to her concert. Like, as women, we have to find a place for our age. I got out of porn. My knees cannot do it anymore.
I don't think it has anything
Literally.
to do with
It
age.
is
What?
with age.
I don't think it has anything to do with age. I think I look at somebody like Anne Hathaway, which I know they're not on the same caliber, but there was a point in time where there was so much Anne Hathaway. She was in your face all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Bitch, go away.
Yeah.
And she went away and she actually left in the shadows. And then she reemerged and people were obsessed with her again. You have to give people something to want.
give
When
them
you
a
keep
break.
pushing yourself and selling yourself in
Yeah.
every single aspect, you become devalued.
So
And
you're
that's what
you're
she's
not
done.
even
She's
saying it's an
devalued.
age thing. It's a, I'm over
I'm
you
so
thing.
over her. I'm so sick of seeing J-Lo's face and her fucking ass everywhere. Go away
I
for
agree.
5 years and I'll be so interested.
Yeah, I was about to
Go
say
away for
that.
5 years. She'll be 60 years old if she goes away.
I think J-Lo should rebrand herself.
Anyway.
Think
I think
so?
she should rebrand herself because we've seen J-Lo for so long. She's a superstar. You did it. So what can you like? You like Auntie J-Lo to us now.
Yeah.
So
You're J-La.
Yeah.
So maybe
But
it's a
like,
rebrand that
and I
J-Lo's
love
a
her.
duet.
I love her, but it's just like now it's just how can we like you super grown to us. It's you did it. Like you like our auntie now. So
You just started only
she gotta do
collab
something
with someone in Gen
different.
Z.
By the way,
She
she's
needs to go
worth-
on like a podcast or collab with
She
like an
needs to go
upcoming
away.
creator because
Yeah.
she's spaced herself
go away.
with distancing herself from like the new generation.
No, it has
you
to
see
go.
so many people going on that gentleman Kai Saint
Sanat.
Kai
Kai
Sanat.
Sanat, yeah.
All these look, Kevin Hart was just on there. Offset was
Nicki
on there.
Minaj.
They're taking the new
remember
generation to
when,
bring
like-
them back up to make their revamp.
Like
But you
when-
see JLo, this is my tour, this is my makeup, this is my perfume,
It's like,
this is it,
pipe it
and
down.
this is what it is.
Well,
I'm not
you know, they
collabing,
say-
it's just me. And it's like, I don't really know you. I actually know the up and coming person that's not as big as you.
Yeah.
And I'll invest into that because you're up and coming. You're old news at this point.
Ooh,
That's
great
like
point.
when Mariah Carey collabed
Yes.
with Lotto and did Fantasy
Yes.
over. So it's like it brought the
Brought
song
her
back.
back up. Yeah.
So it's just like she have to. I mean,
J-Lo, I hope you're listening to the panel.
I love J-Lo.
By the
You
way,
look good, girl.
guys, follow
But
the
she
money.
gotta
Here it
just-
is.
she gotta get
Her
with the
album,
new
This Is Me
wave.
Now debuted at number 38 on the Billboard
Yeah.
200.
Drop a
she's
cheese or something.
she sold an underwhelming 14,000 copies in the first week. The goal was like hundreds of thousands.
Damn.
She then canceled her U.S. tour due to slow ticket sales. Her JLo beauty sales dipped 33%. You know, you said just go away. I think her husband, Ben Affleck,
Feels the same way.
feels the same way because
It's just
apparently he
slamming
has
the door
quote
for
unquote
me.
checked out of the marriage.
This
And
another
here's a
one?
story for you if you can pull
She
this
keep
up.
him in.
JLo was now recently seen vacationing in Italy without Ben Affleck. JLo is now looking for a new home.
She called
So-
the paparazzi on herself for that picture.
Just
too,
real
I
quick,
bet.
just so I understand, I want to know if you can. She called the
Sorry.
paparazzi on herself. What is the main reason that the market has just completely soured on JLo? What do you think it is?
Oh.
I think she's just desperate. She's trying too hard. I feel like she's not listening to her publicist.
Got
Like
it.
she thinks she knows better.
She thinks she knows better.
Than everyone
She's just try hard.
Yeah.
Marcel, you said you were a fan.
No, I said no.
You said no. Okay. What's the number one reason you think the market has clearly soured on her?
Yeah, I agree. I think she's like over at like
In your
I'm J-Law, but it's old. Like I mean I'm from Brazil, so I'm not very familiar with her anyway. So it's hard for me to say, but the 10 years that I'm here, I already tired of her. So
You're done with her. Okay, so
I just
you're
tired.
you're of the position people are just over her. What's your position, Chrissy?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've made it pretty clear. But I also think Gen Z has an authentic meter, unlike any other generation you've ever seen before. And when I see people that are overly curated, I immediately tune out. I'm not interested in you. And when I understand, like 10 years ago, you could have fooled me. Oh, somebody just took this picture of JLo. She called the paparazzi on herself for this picture and every other picture you've seen for the last year. And that's why I'm like, why are you trying so hard to be relevant? As soon as you're trying hard to be relevant, you're not relevant to me.
Oh, so authentic. Shay, what do you think? Why are people over JLo?
Well, they say she isn't a good person, like a good human being. So it could be that.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
That they care about her morals and values? All right, that's all.
Not her morals and values, but like how she is, like how she treat others, how she is as a
Gotcha.
person.
How's she treating her husband?
That's who.
Not anymore.
Brandon.
Yeah,
I know you're a huge JLo guy.
Oh, totally. No,
I all the concerts. Why have you soured
I actually
on JLo,
I can't
bro?
even name a song of hers. I would venture to say that that she's been popular because of who she's dated or her
Movies.
looks rather than her actual talent. Because there's like female singers who are still popular into old age, but it's because they're talented, not because.
Oh, I think she's so talented.
Okay, hold on.
I went to her show
Yeah.
in Vegas, and she is unreal. My mom is sitting next to me.
Wow.
They're the exact same age, and I was like looking at my mom. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, she's very
my mom's
talented.
beautiful, but I'm like, Mom, I can't imagine you ever doing that. She was, oh my god, unreal.
Oh, so now you're
talented.
singing JLo's praises?
No, she's so talented.
Like, I'm so over this bitch. She's amazing.
Get out my face.
I love
She's
you.
so good. That's why I'm saying, go away, stop being so annoying, and come back. You have the pure opportunity to make
rebrand.
a great
Okay.
comeback.
Yeah.
But when you're so annoying, it takes away from the talent.
Brandon, you said that there's other older female musicians that are still doing their thing.
Yeah,
Who?
I would imagine. Beyonce.
Beyonce is
She's
42
way
years old.
younger.
I mean, that's old. No.
But she's 54 years old. Who
So?
older than JLo is still doing her thing?
Oh man,
Madonna.
you're really testing.
Madonna
my
is
knowledge.
still doing her
Thank
thing?
you. Yes.
No, Madonna is ridiculous
Madonna
right
still
now.
doing her
Madonna
thing?
needs
Yeah,
to quit
it's a
it
great
10
example.
years ago.
Madonna's, you would still
No,
Pull
Madonna.
up a
is-
picture of Madonna looks
I'm
like
scared.
these days.
Madonna's ridiculous. Madonna broke my heart. Like literally, these people have all the money in the world. You have not been able to build anything emotional for yourself that you need to keep making yourself a fool out there. Like, stop it. Like, women, we need to realize that as we get old, we have to grow on our whole persona, have to do something else. I want to see JLo cooking. I want to see JLo talking about why she cannot keep a man. I want to see JLo talking about these things that are really of ladies of her
Reflecting.
age. Nobody of your age cares about JLo or what JLo goes through or how many wrinkles she has or she
Okay.
doesn't have. Like, she has not grown
By the way,
up.
I'd love to see a
I
cooking
care.
show with you and J-Lo.
Imagine.
Okay, a Puerto Rican and a Cuban,
Cuban.
doing their thing.
Ay, Dios.
Oh, my God, I signed
I
for that.
agree with her.
J-Lo, what do you think about J-Lo?
I agree with what you said because with the generation we got now and how J-Lo changed out her men, she has so much to tell the younger generations.
Okay.
It's so much talent, so many
There's
upcoming
Madonna
things.
right
Whatever
now.
is
J-Lo
left
is
of her.
very flexible, so it's a lot that she can reflect back into the younger generations.
By the way,
and I
how
think,
old is Madonna at this point? She's
I don't know.
73 years old.
73.
She ain't no 73 years old.
She's old.
She's old, man. Madonna, it's
Alejandro,
old.
give me a quick
That gotta be
Madonna
Botox.
age.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I just feel
Just
like
hit
once you
Madonna
stamp,
age,
you
that's it.
stamp.
That's
Madonna
it.
age.
Madonna, it's old, man. And
Just
Madonna,
go to all.
she's
65.
65.
Age all.
65.
Yeah,
Why
65.
are you gonna give taller?
She
73
already
years old.
she's already qualified for Medicaid. What are you doing with a
my
fake ass
God.
dancing like an idiot? Like, she
Let me
needs
see
to
her do
stop.
that.
Saying after a certain age, women just gotta let it go.
Chill
Women
now.
after a
Cooking.
certain age should not.
Damn.
Listen,
Ladies.
I'm 40 and I'm already not doing things that I was able to that I thought I
Well,
was
we
doing
know.
already.
Okay, McQueen, let you weigh in on all this. Everyone's talking about J-Lo. I know you still probably hit J-Lo. I know that. But what are your thoughts on
probably
J-Lo?
wouldn't, though. I
Okay.
probably wouldn't. Yeah.
Explain why.
I don't know. She's just not attracted to me no more. And I agree with what he said. I think that now, since like as time has gone on, growing up and seeing her on MTV and shit, I think it really was just her ass the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you were fooled
Because
by the
he's
rocks
right.
that
Like,
she had got.
because yes, I was fooled.
Yeah.
But Chaka Khan is ugly as shit. But she's fucking talented, so I'm gonna listen to her forever. Do you understand? So
Chaka Khan.
he made a good point.
And Shaka Khan
Thank you.
sat down and know when to come out.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing.
So how much of it is reliant on women selling their body and their sex, looking as a sex symbol, versus talent? So let me give you a little food for thought, because you're saying that has nothing to do with age. I think it has a lot to do with age and how you marketed yourself. So who are the most famous female musicians today?
Beyonce.
Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift?
Yeah.
How old?
Taylor
I don't
Swift.
know.
34 years old.
Taylor
Beyonce?
Swift. Adele.
42.
Adele.
Adele's in
Adele.
her 30s, maybe. Maybe she's 30. Who else?
And we're talking about talent, right?
Rihanna.
Rihanna. Yeah.
Rihanna.
Okay.
Talented.
Rihanna in her 30s.
Beyonce is talented, but these are
Okay.
people that will change with
Taylor
age.
Swift, 34. Billie Eilish, she's
young.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo, 21.
Tyler,
okay.
19.
Ariana Grande, 26.
She'll be
Is she?
she'll be 19 for the rest
Dua
of her
Lipa,
life.
young.
Step
Yeah.
27.
Women, they got to get it when they're young.
Yeah.
J-Lo, by 54, you're all like, she's old. Get her out of here. Get off the block. But on the flip side, let's talk about men. Here, pull up this article right here. Billboard top 10 tours of all time. Go to the should we go start with 1 or 10?
Let's start with 10.
Start with 10.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Top grossing tours of all time. Let's go. Rapid fire, Alejandro. We don't got time. Keep going. Keep going.
Go.
Huh.
Okay, hold on. Back up, Alejandro. What happened up there? Go scroll back up.
Right there.
Um,
She's in the ladies. Ed Sheeran.
no, there should be some images up there. Maybe I sent you the wrong article. See if you can find the top 10 grossing tours.
Let's
while I pull
talk
this
about
up.
the
will.
men, the
By the way,
Backstreet Boys.
I actually have some information for you.
Ew.
Top 10 grossing tours. These are the guys still out there crushing it. You guys were willing to give up on J-Lo at 54 years old. Pack it in. This guy was like, Beyonce. She's 42. You got, I'm off the top of my head, what older women are still performing? Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton.
I love
Okay.
her.
Yeah. Dolly's
Dolly
a
Parton?
queen.
Oh,
Dolly's a queen.
She
Okay,
is.
here are top 10 grossing tours of all time. Taylor Swift.
1.
Okay? Young, beautiful, attractive. Elton John. How old is Elton John?
103.
Elton John is 77 years old, doing his thing. Keep going.
Well, he's
Ed
Ed
Sheeran.
Sheeran.
He's in his 30s. Keep going.
U2.
U2.
That's the
Bono
group, right?
is 65 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Coldplay. Chris Martin.
Harry Styles.
Probably 45, 50 years old. Harry Styles in his 30s.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Dude, Axl Rose has got to be at least 60 years old. 65 years old, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Beyonce, 42. 80 years young, Mick Jagger.
Yeah, the
out
Rolling
here.
Stones.
By the way, they're number 9 and number 10.
Wow.
Billy Joel's still out there. I think he's in his 70s. Here's what I've learned here. Guys, tear down this argument. I don't know. You're saying that they're over it thing. You're saying just get out of the public limelight. These Rolling Stones have been touring every year. Here's my perspective. Tell me I'm wrong. Women, you get it when you're young. You're beauty objects. By your perspective, by 50, pack it in, ladies. That's it. You're done. From a man, Bill Belicheck still tearing it up at 72. Mick Jagger, 80 years old, ripping it.
Yep.
Elton John, 77 years old. Billy Joel, 75. Bono, 64. Men, in my perspective, need to play the long game where women need to value the short game.
But look at who you're
That's my
talking
perspective.
about. You're talking about the guys that sit and that have talent with guitars. The Backstreet Boys looks ridiculous. A bunch of fat guys dancing and jumping. You're talking about guys that their talent, it doesn't matter. It's going to be talent at 70. It's going to be talent at 100 years old. Look how ridiculous these Backstreet Boys look. That they look like they're getting an asthma attack jumping while they singing. Like, it's all about what you do. JLO is a dancer.
Listen, I heard that you want it that way. And that's the way that they're giving it to you.
Like, it's all what you
Guys,
do.
tear my argument apart. Somebody. I'm saying that women's careers by 55 done unless you're the exception, the Dolly Parton or the Shaka Khan. But for men, dude, they're rocking out at 80 years old, Rolling Stones.
I'm talking music.
Tear my argument apart. Tell me I'm wrong.
I just think it's the relevance argument of JLo's trying so hard to be relevant. I don't think about the Rolling. You couldn't pay me to go to any of those. You could give me a free ticket to all 10 of those concerts, and maybe I'd go to Beyonce. But like, I'm not interested.
You're not a Swiftie?
No.
But you're not. Like, the Rolling Stones isn't your target market. That's fine.
I'm just saying. But they're not in my news feed every day, blowing up my spot, trying to be relevant.
But JLo is.
Yes.
All right. Well,
And
maybe you
it's
gotta
annoying.
change your news feed.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Jesus.
Are you saying just music, or are you saying in all industries?
I think that it's in all industries. Okay,
What
imagine
about actresses? Are there actresses that are older that are still in
Okay,
a lot
how
of
about
movies?
this? Ready? Let's play a game.
Yeah.
What do you call a man who's a little bit older, attractive, good looking, with some silver hair? What do you
Silver
call
fox.
him? What do you call him?
Sugar daddy.
Silver fox. What did she say?
Sugar daddy.
Sugar daddy.
That's right.
Sugar daddy.
Bobby de Azúcar. Ready? Okay. So you call that guy a silver fox. What do you call a woman, attractive, older, with silver or gray hair? What do you call that?
A cougar.
Or
A cougar.
Or a mill.
No, you don't have gray hair though, Mama.
I
A
do a
cougar.
lot.
What? Okay. What else do you call a woman like that? That's not a cougar.
It is a cougar. A
Is
woman
it-
that it
is it
dates
a
younger.
milf?
A cougar.
It's a cougar.
No,
not a
no.
milf.
I know cougar
It's
too.
either
Sure.
it's two things. It's a gilf, or it's just an
A
old
granny.
What's a
woman. There's no
Gilf is
silver
granny.
fox
Granny I like to fuck. I guess.
moniker for women.
You need to add cougar to that
Okay.
list.
How about this, guy? Okay, tear my argument apart. Are you attracted to a guy with a little bit of gray hair, a little bit of
Yes.
salt and pepper? Yes, or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Okay, every woman.
Beard.
Gentlemen, are you attracted to women with gray hair?
No.
McQueen.
What if they dye it?
So
gray?
women don't
They all
want
dye
women
it.
don't
Okay.
age
Yeah.
like
It's gonna
wine.
pop
That's
out
not,
of something.
ladies.
No?
Brandon.
No.
Okay. The rules are different. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Women are attracted again
When we're
to safety, security, resources, older. That's hypergamy. Whereas men are like, nah, she's got gray hair. I'm out. I'm on a date recently. This girl's like, I found my first gray hair. I was like, it's nice knowing you. And I would love to keep in touch online. But
Ladies
I'm
lie.
just saying, like, we're not built for that. Whereas women are built for this. Tear my argument apart. Let me
No,
know
no,
this.
you can't tear an argument that is completely true, and we
Bingo,
all agree, and
verdad.
we all agree with it. No, but we do agree with you, and
Okay.
this is something that we all know. You guys are. I don't want to say that you guys are better than us, but you guys age less. You guys work out more than us. Men do take care of themselves to one point a little bit more than women, and you don't give birth, so you don't age as much. There's a lot of stuff that
Okay.
we are not equal at all whatsoever. Okay.
Thank you for agreeing with me. I appreciate
do.
you.
I think
Cooking
it's the
show
first
coming
time
soon.
that I do.
Guys, last two stories. I want to get to this. By the way, you're going to be speaking a lot on this next one. Okay? Here's a story right now about a virgin woman who is, quote unquote, hot,
Why use that?
33, and I'm still waiting for the right man that meets my criteria. And here are the 12 rules that I have for this man to get with me.
Oh, boy.
We've all seen the comedy, The 40-Year-Old Virgin with Steve Carell. It was a comedy because they're like, how is this grown-ass man a virgin at 40? There's about to be a sequel with the 40-Year-Old Virgin. So I want to get your ladies' perspective on what's happening here. So before I give you the 12 rules, play this video, and I want to get your guys' perspective on what happened with this woman. 33. Go ahead.
Just stay a virgin.
The sound of the video. The sound.
It's the timestamp for me.
Yes, I'm 33 years old and I've never had a boyfriend. I think I've just never had a boyfriend because honestly, I don't know. Nothing's wrong with me.
There.
But like growing up my whole life, I was like a professional dancer, so I was focused on like dance in school.
Focused on her
So
career.
never really like went to my like high school dances, could care less. But like never really got asked out in high school. So I'm just like, oh, whatever. But I did make like a 10-year plan, like, you know, when you're in high school, oh, like 10 years from now, I'm gonna be married, have kids, have a stable job, how all of this. Clearly my 10-year plan failed because I'm still single as a Pringle. But I'm just very picky. I like growing through my 20s and now my 30s. Like I know what I want. I have high standards. And I'm not like messing around. I'm not here to like date and go sleep with a guy. So that's not me.
Okay. By the way,
Why would she post
scroll
that?
down.
Why would she post
Scroll
that?
down to some
Cry
of the
for help.
pictures
I'm
about her.
single. It's nothing wrong with me,
Alejandra.
but I have
By
high
the way,
standards.
pretty dope body on this chick.
Yeah,
Keep going
she's
down.
What do they call it?
I'm looking.
Butterface.
Is that the only
It's
picture we
something
have?
internally.
Oh, there's
We
more
have
pictures.
more.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
she got
internally.
Yeah, but her face looks old.
Okay. Now,
sorry.
I mean, I
I'm
can't
so
believe that
sorry.
you would shame a young,
I'm
beautiful
sorry.
woman, 33 years old. So she's 33 years old. By the way, do any of you women know a virgin at this age, at 33? Do any of you guys know this? You do?
I do.
33?
35 and 36.
Wow.
What are they waiting on?
They haven't
The
found
lower
Her husband?
How long are they going to wait? Till they
We're
hit
not talking about,
menopause?
like,
Till they
Their
have the right
husband?
man, yeah.
like not
What?
Till they have the right
Okay,
man.
McQueen,
Just stay a virgin.
I want to get it from you.
Uh-oh.
This
They
girl's
gonna-
33. You know, it's your birthday. She's waiting around. By the way, here are her 12 rules for a guy. I want you guys to process this and hear this. He must be family oriented. He must be genuine. He must be kind-hearted. He must be taller than her. By the way, she's 6'8". Just kidding. I don't know.
Stop. I was
Pretty
gonna say,
tall.
good luck.
Pretty tall.
Look, I'm looking like, ooh. Chances.
He must have an athletic build. He must love to travel. He must love to go to the outdoors. He has to be daring. He has not been married before.
Damn, girl.
He must be funny. He got to give me stability and security. And number 12, he must respect me. These are the 33-year-old virgin's requirements to get in with her.
I like number
Now,
12.
McQueen, you fit her criteria. Are you picking this lady?
Absolutely not. One, I don't think she's a virgin. I think she's lying.
Yeah?
Who lies about that? A lot of women.
A lot of people.
A lot of women. I don't think she's
Okay.
a virgin at all, especially if you were a dancer. I don't think you're. I don't think you're. I
No,
don't
not that kind of a dancer.
Not that-
She
No,
was
like- like
no,
NBA?
okay. I know what type
Gotcha.
of dancer,
Oh,
but I still like. I just know niggas.
So you think
You know what I'm saying?
you think she's just lying?
Huh? Yeah, I think she's lying. And two, I mean, based off of what her attitude was on the video, she doesn't. If I have to bring all that as a man, that doesn't sound like a fair trade at all.
Yeah.
Like you don't. I didn't see one thing that was worth what I'm giving in return.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But do
I
you
didn't-
think that also
It's
becomes
what are
how
you
she
bringing to the
carried
table?
herself?
And she's
Yeah,
like,
for
I
sure.
am the table. It's like, well, let's get a new table over here.
Yeah.
You said that you know women in their mid 30s, 35, 37 that are still virgins that are holding out for the right man. What's going on?
I can't speak for them. I don't know what they're.
Mm-hmm.
That
In
list,
your opinion,
in my opinion, I'm not gonna speak. These are friends, but they are. Why would I say mean things about
That's
my
right.
friends,
That's right. You're a real friend.
No,
Gotcha.
I wouldn't do
Yeah.
that.
all right,
I
Marcel.
thought- no.
Here's what I want to understand. This is more of a macro perspective. We're just using her as sort of a launching board to have a deeper conversation. Now, a lot of women are just so focused on their career.
Time is
They're
running.
the boss babes. They wake up one day, whether they're a virgin or not, they're 33 years old. They're 37 years old. They went from making 40 grand to the company. Now they're making 90 grand. And they're 38 years old and they have no man and no prospects. What's your perspective on boss babe lifestyle?
Wow, that's a long answer, but so I built my business 10 years ago, and then after doing my bikini business, I opened another business that I made more money in that my second business than I did in the first one. And that is a lifestyle that really makes you blind and lost in that after, and that accomplish. I need to prove people. I need to prove my parents. I need to, like every time I will post a picture in a private jet and doing a nice event, people are like, congratulations, that's amazing. And I'm like, wow, I'm doing good.
You're getting the validation, the attention.
And then when I always did therapy my entire life, and then I started learning that has everything to do with my parents, and not my parents, not just my parents, but it's part of, like I need to feel loved. I need to feel like they care about me, and it's a lot. It's a lot of information, but it's for sure just a waste of time, because at the end I just got a puppy. Because I'm like going through this process of not being a girl boss and not having all these like messages every day, and people like, I want to work with you, I want to do this, I want to do that, and like no message, no nothing. It's I'm not saying it can be like it's lonely for sure. It's a totally different dynamic, but that's what makes sense now. Before was just a lot of like being busy. It's a lot of information, and I didn't have time to like take care of myself and organize my house. It's just a lot.
And you said you're 33 now?
I'm 34.
34. So if you can encapsulate your message of what you've learned of being an entrepreneur and boss babe and filter it down to women out there and even men out there, because men want beautiful young women like you, but a lot of them are like, I'm focused on my career. What would your distilled message to the people out there be as far as boss babe lifestyle? What would it be?
I would say that women are not built to build empires. We're made to build homes. And I think that that's a lot of self-work that we need to do in order to really understand who we are, as a woman, and why we think that way, who we're trying to prove, who we're trying to get validation from. And it's a lot of, spending time with yourself and trying to really understand what you really want. Because for me, my dream was always to build a family, and I wanted to do something different than I saw in my own family. And I'm like, why I'm not doing that? Why I'm so...
Well, good for you. JLO, you said you make some noises over there. You're a mogul.
Yeah.
What's your perspective
I
on
had a
what she
change
said?
of heart like in the last 6 months about this conversation. And I think it all
By the
depends.
way, how old are you?
I turned 30 in 2 weeks.
Okay, gotcha. You're about to be 30.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So I think it all depends on a woman for sure and what she wants. But I think a lot of us women miss out on that aspect of our lives when we can have a partner, because we always trying to be so masculine and like, I can do this. And I don't think nothing is wrong with it at all. But I do think we also miss out on that part of our life where we can be able to just be a woman, simply a woman, and let a man be a man. And I think in the years to come, it's like, oh, we women, we got to do this. Remember we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
We have to do this. We have to do that. But I think you can still be like that, but I don't think it should just be like, oh my gosh, this is my life. I'm this boss babe. I have to be X, Y, Z, because later on down the line, you look up and you lonely. And it's like, dang, I worked this hard for what? To keep you bored now? You done flew across the world. You done made all the money.
Yeah.
You don't get nothing, because if not, you calling a sneaky link you probably don't even want. Or you may really want him, but he like, man, you work too hard. You don't have no time for me. And it's just like, I think the boss babe culture, I think women should just find a lane where they can still just be a woman, but you don't have to compete with the man. Just, get you a business.
I think it's
I want to get Carrie Ann's perspective here. You're YouTuber, but you're also flight attendant. I almost said stewardess, but I don't know.
That's
Get canceled.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have your man, masculine dude.
Yes.
How do you grapple having a career, but also being feminine, but also working, making a name for yourself? Like, walk me through your perspective.
I think it's definitely a balance. Like, I started my YouTube channel and being a flight attendant when I was in my early 20s, but I never, like, I always made dating a priority with working. Like, you have to make time for what's important to you. And I never really take being a YouTuber as like a business. Like, I never had this like hustle culture. I was successful at it. I do really good with it. And I feel like because I didn't make that my main priority, I didn't close myself off to dating, finding relationships. So I'm able to do everything. Yeah.
I like that. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
They will
At
look
what
so
age?
good.
Yes.
ASAP. Good for you. I'll tell you. I'll say this. I'll say this one thing. I firmly believe that a woman's 20s is way more important than a man's 20s.
That's facts.
If a woman fucks around her 20s and wakes up and she's 30, you got some explaining to do. You guys can move quick. If a dude fucks around his 20s and he wakes up in his 30s, like, yeah, I got 20 more years to figure this thing out. You do, fellas. Yeah. So there's a lot of guys out there that are like, bro, I'm broke, I'm 23. It's like, welcome to the club. We all were. But talk to me when you're 30. Talk to me when you're 40. Bill Belicheck's 72 years old, banging cheerleaders right now. I'm never going to let this thing go.
It's true.
But women, you know, the 33-year virgin out here that's holding out. Not you, your friend, the 35. It's like, what are you holding out for? Because as you get, this is the essential element of hypergamy. The more that you do better in life, your career, you're a boss, babe, you make more money, the more your dating pool shrinks. Because the guys that won't qualify to be quote unquote on your level. So if you've done all this, you've dedicated your career and you're making money, it's like, by the laws of hypergamy, it's like you just shrunk the dating pool from 50% to 5%. And now if you're going after that dude, he's not going to pick you. He's going to pick
you. Got way too much going on. He need her with less activity.
Girl 10 years younger than you.
Yeah.
So women, pay attention to your age. Men also pay attention to your age, but play the long game. That's that. Last topic.
Last topic.
Can I say something before you? Can I give you just a quick advice?
Give me something quickie.
I'll give you something, papi. Listen. I've done it all. I have tons of fun in my life. If everything is gone today, and when coronavirus came, I realized how blessed I am because I live with my mom. I have kids. I have a husband. I have family. So I feel that women isolate themselves so much for this whole babe culture, this boss babe culture, which is bullshit. Because at the end of the day, when you're alone, no money in the world is going to make you feel complete. Yeah. So do whatever you want, because I'm not over here to tell you anything, but take coronavirus as the perfect example of what the hell you have done with your life. And if when the world was about to die, that they told us that we were going to die, and you were alone in a room, you didn't do it right. So if after coronavirus you did not change your lifestyle and your perspective on what real life is,
I like this.
Well said. Thank you for that.
Be alone.
Let me just get to this last segment here. Yep. And we'll wrap up. Thank you guys for being with us today.
Always wrap up.
So, always what?
Always wrap up.
Always wrap
Thanks,
up.
Nat. Okay. So I want to understand, like, listen, the boss babe thing, and there's a conversation these days of like, are men in decline, and is it real? Is it not real? Down with the patriarchy, the disrespect that men take, but also, you know, women were subjugated for many years, and this is just like the women kind of coming back on top. And I would challenge you. We're gonna watch this video real quick.
Oh, no.
Imagine if men were saying this about women, what the feedback would be. But we're gonna watch this video about women saying a couple things about a man, and it's just another Tuesday. Here's a conversation about, do women need men? Go ahead.
Lauren Chen. Oh, Lauren.
Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No?
We don't need short men.
Do you need a man?
No.
Need a man?
Oh, God.
Do you need a man?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Do we need men?
Clearly, look where they at.
Do we need men?
We need men to make us stupid.
Do we need men? Do we need men? Do women need men in this world?
Young liberal women are some of the least.
But look where
I
they
bet if you
at.
asked that with
Thank
money
you.
in front of them,
So,
they would have said yes.
Listen,
Not
we
even
could
that.
go
They're
on
the
and
club.
on.
They man just pissed them
And
off.
This is just, I mean, this is just immediate answer. Do we need men? Fuck men. That's it. Why the disrespect? I guarantee you, if you went around just asking random dudes, do we need women? I'd be like, where are they at? What's up? I'll hang out with these chicks right now. Why? What's the disrespect? Let's start with the men and then we'll go to the women. McQueen, why the disrespect to just men in general?
I honestly, I don't know, bro. I stopped fucking trying to figure it out because it's just like, because it's like, I don't think they just be mad. Like she said, like they just be mad in the moment and they'll say whatever. But at the end of the day, they know they need us.
Yeah.
The houses they go back to, we made that shit. You know what I'm saying? The phone that they fucking use, we made that shit. You know what I'm saying? Everything that they fucking use, infrastructure-wise, is literally made and built by fucking men. So I don't even think they realize that they need us. They just be saying this shit because they pissed off at the nigga, like you said, when they at the damn club.
That's what
and
I'm
man just
saying.
pissed
Them
them off.
girls at the
They just say
club.
whatever fuck is in their mind at the moment, you know?
They just got
But-
dressed, went outside because they man made them or sneaky link, pissed them off. They out drinking. They don't care right now.
Like they'll say,
I think part of you is right that they're just not even thinking, but I think that there's been like some wiring that they're not even like, let me think about that.
They
You need
said
men?
it
Hell
no
no. What?
immediately.
Fuck these men. Like,
movement.
it's just,
Yeah.
what?
But it really
Brandon,
is being
you're a man.
pushed.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You're still identifying as a
Yep,
man?
of course.
Why are these women just instinctually saying they don't need men?
So
they
it's-
all have fathers. They have daddy issues. What is it?
No, it's so much deeper than anybody could imagine. You know, it goes down to this effort to stop people from reproducing, slow the population growth, because it's not coincidence when dumb, young, impressionable people start saying the same thing. It's not coincidence that people started protesting for pro-Palestine at colleges. You know, it's a systematic thing that media and education pushes, and that's why there's this like snap reflex answer across the board. Because, you know, you put that in women's head, and they put off being in a relationship till 35, 40, you know, because they have this dysfunctional mindset. And, you know, that's going to, like, systematically slow the population growth and the rate that people have kids at. And it's working.
Okay, ladies, I want to get
I
your
know that was
perspective
deep,
here.
but
No,
that's
thank
what-
you,
that's
Brandon.
true, though.
That's
Yeah.
why we got
That's the
Brandon.
truth.
Yeah.
Like,
I like
I love the yin and yang of McQueen and Brandon. Brandon's like, listen, the depopulation. and McQueen is just like, man, fuck these bitches. It's true. Ladies, real quick, Shay, what's with the disrespect of men?
I don't understand it. I don't. I want a man. I need a man. So I can't even answer that.
That's
I
beautiful.
think maybe it's some terrible
That's
guys
beautiful.
out here
Yeah.
giving
Yeah.
terrible
Yeah, it's like-
experiences.
Someone's
What
brought
do
it
you
to
think
mind.
it is, J-Lo?
Some girls are getting terrible experiences from guys, and that is a thing too, because a lot of men in this generation are not rising to the job. So they just really thinking like, oh my gosh, I don't need men. And it is good men out there, but maybe they are hard to find. They at work probably, and the ones that ain't nothing is outside with them at the club or doing whatever. Maybe, I don't
So
know.
you're
I'm
messing,
just
they're
thinking
messing with the fuck boys.
yeah, and I
Gotcha.
think F-boys, the population is pretty big. And it is good men out there, but the F-boys.
Well, I say it all the
fuck
time
up
that the
everybody.
evolution of a man has
Yeah.
to go you got to go from a boy to a fuck boy
And I think that
to
go
a fuck
back
man to a man. Now you got to evolve.
and I think that's why a lot of women date up, because it's just like the guys in
Yeah.
that couch, they playing all these
Believe
games.
me, I know.
They still
Ladies,
2 years
What's
old.
with the disrespect of men? Chrissy.
I actually think it's inherently more biological. And when we're about 21, 22, that's when our maternal instinct starts
Yeah.
to kick in. And it's why you see a lot of young women with dogs. I know it sounds really crazy,
Me.
but
Yeah.
they get dogs because they're ready to be in that position. And I don't necessarily blame men on it. It takes both men and women to create a society where you're in hookup culture until you're in your mid-20s. That's pretty normal right now.
Oh, only that ends in your mid-20s?
Nah, I think
I didn't get the memo.
I'm
I
just
got
saying,
it.
on average,
It might
on
go a
average
little
in America,
further.
You
Gotcha.
get married at 26 to 27
Okay,
years
Marcel, what's your take? What's with the disrespect of a man?
Yeah.
Talking about what?
I said it.
That's
my girl, 25.
I think
you're not
it
right?
has everything to do with she said it's about like meeting the wrong people, the wrong man, and then you project that to like
Every man
everybody,
is like that.
Okay.
and then you just like generalize.
One
and you
dude screws
say,
them
like,
over and they're just like,
everybody is.
I hate all men.
Yeah, I
It's
think
kind of like the guys who
more-
are part of the MGTOW or Black Pill community. They're like, one girl screws me. Fuck these men, you know.
Yeah, and then
Alright.
your friends like hate men, and then you like hate them too, and then we
Oh,
all
the
like
friends will, they're
it's
bonding
just,
over it.
Yeah.
That's
Trauma
something that's very
bond.
interesting.
Bonding,
Shared
Men
trauma,
don't
yeah.
bond over hating women. They actually like, all right, guys, let's team
you
up.
wanna go back and
Let's
bang
go
them.
get these chicks.
you go
Find
back
them.
and bang
Let's
them.
recruit. Let's bring them. And you're like, all right, girls,
And the girls
no
like,
men allowed.
They doing exactly what they did on that video.
It's so funny if you meet a girl and you're like, hey, let's go someplace else. She's like, let me go talk to my friends. All the friends are like, no, staying with us. But if you meet a girl and she's like, hey, we're going this way, and you're like, hey guys, listen, none of my guys are like, hold on, where are you going?
Right.
What's going on? You're leaving us?
Bro.
They're like,
They're
go.
like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Get it.
What's with the disrespect of men?
I think it's just young. They're immature. All the girls in that video look like they're leaving the bar. They're like in their early 20s.
Yeah, that's the girls on the scene.
If you had girls that were ready to settle down, get
Yeah, but
married,
nobody's
and
interested in the 50-year-old JLOs. We already
They don't
established that.
need 50. But they would have a way different answer.
Got it. Okay. Bring us home.
Listen to what I'm
Disrespect of
going
men.
to say right
Listen,
now
Linda,
to
explain.
all the women out there, okay? Let me get my Tony Montana accent out.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I feel that it's disgusting, this whole feminism cancer that we don't need a man. And that's the reason why we have so many people being raised without fathers. Because we have sperm banks for these girls that don't want a man, don't even want to fucking try, and want to go and buy some cum of somebody and become moms when you need a fucking family to raise society. And the reason why all these girls are saying this is because that's what we are telling. We shed on men every day because whatever the hell reason we do, society is telling you that men is not worth it. If men were not worth it, you were not here. We would not be able to be here. Female and men as important, especially in the family that we are not creating in the United States right now. And that's why we are in such a fuck up situation in the United States, because we do not appreciate the men, neither the women sometimes. So I really believe that these women needs to get off their high horse, and whoever is making these young girls think that they don't need. I mean, let me tell you, when that vibrator is off and you 40 years old and you like JLO because she cannot keep a man and buy 50,000 dogs, you are going to need a man, and you are not going to be worth it, because I said on the last show, you're 25, you do not have a good prospect, you are not being engaged, bitch, you're going.
25. Okay. Well, I mean, Chelsea Handler, we'll see what happens with her.
Well,
by the way, last point that I want to make. Thank you guys for actually not disrespecting men and agreeing. There's this whole thing. I'm gonna fly us home and land this plane right now. The world's largest pilot union is trying to eliminate words with men or masculine generalizations. They're trying to remove men from society. Here's some of the situations here. They're trying to eliminate the cockpit. For the captain is hanging out there. They're trying to call the cockpit the flight deck. You know about this.
Oh.
Yeah. Are you
She's
the
a flight-
only
Is that the
repercussions?
only word?
Nope. Here we
What
go.
are the other ones?
I'm glad that you asked. So this is according to the Airline Pilots Association DEI language guide. Suggests replacing cockpit with flight deck, manpower with human people power. What they forgot was human actually has the word man in it. They're going to have to replace that one. That's not going to work. And avoiding, hey guys, when avoiding a group, and make sure to include, instead of saying, hey guys, hello, men, women, transgender people, and all people of different identities. And then, here's the other one. Here's the big one. Instead of saying mother and father, husband and wife, say birthing people and parents of children. I don't know what is going on here. I don't know.
Very weird.
And I just put together few things. We know, by the way, when United Airlines put out their mandates that they wanted 50% pilots, women, 50% men. The problem with that is that there's 94% pilots who are men, 6% women. So I don't know how those mandates are going to work out. But here's some words I came up with. Men straight. I don't know who's running the show here. There's menstruating, who's manhandling the situation with their mannerisms or manipulating the situation if they've gone mental or not. But this situation hopefully will be history.
You know, they're removing
in the end for the men and the women. But this whole disrespect for men, this is part of it. This DEI, eliminating these words. Listen, if I want to fly in the cockpit, fly in the cockpit.
Don't get rid of the cockpit. That's the only thing that you should not get rid of. Whatever you want to call me, I'm all right with. But don't
There
get
it
rid
is.
of that.
Thank you, guys.
That's so funny.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. That's it. That's the end of the show. I appreciate you guys. Is there anything that you want to say before we get out of here?
I have a few super chats.
Okay, go ahead.
Shout out to everybody for the super chats. We've got Beaten Cheeks. He said, damn, I didn't know McQueen and I had the same B-Day week. Holla at your boy. Soft guy era, fellas, we up. Drizzle. Who on the panel makes 7 figures and is trying to pay my bills? No one. Beaten Cheeks, no one. Then we have another one that says, what you seek as values in a man. Come on. And then we have Beaten Cheeks again. He said, men like us want 18 to 25-year-olds. And as I want a lot of kids, we don't want anyone near my age. I'll be 37 on Sunday and we'll be in Dubai for it.
Happy birthday, Mr. Cheeks.
Happy birthday to you,
Okay.
Mr. Cheeks. That's it for super
Thank
chats.
you.
Thank you.
Everyone, you're going to have about 10 seconds to look in the camera and tell the people where to find you. Let's start with Chrissy. Go ahead.
You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at the Chrissy Clark.
There it is. TPA in the house. Marcel?
So I'm on Instagram. My it's Valley Marcel. So
it's down below too.
It's all down below. Carrie Ann?
You can find me on Instagram and YouTube, Carrie Ann DeYoung for both.
There she is. Awesome. Our friend Shay.
Shea Butter on Instagram. That's it.
That's it. Brandon?
Yes, you could find me on Brandon Aceto on all socials, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, Facebook, whatever, the whole deal.
Awesome. Shay? I'm sorry, JLO.
Hey, I'm JLO Anderson. You can find me on all social medias under JLO Anderson, JLA. Because they be putting JAYLA. JLA Anderson.
Our new friend Angelina.
You can just Google me or find me on your husband's browser.
Stop, Angelina.
This girl is
behave.
in.
Oh, my God.
The birthday boy in the house. The Mega McQueen. Let them know what you got going on, what they can expect, and what you're doing for your birthday.
Shit, I guess we hanging out, man.
Let's do it.
Are we rekindling the bromance?
Yeah, I'm not drinking, though.
Oh, you're not drinking? That's good.
I'm on day 55 of no drinking.
Nice.
Straight up.
My dog.
He is. I've been
What do we got
watching.
to drink? It's all good because I don't drink no more either.
Just water.
Oh,
water.
good.
I'm doing a lot of crack now.
Oh,
but
That's all right.
That's fine.
It's okay.
It's like
let people know where to find you.
But the Mega McQueen on Instagram and YouTube. Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
Take us home, Nati.
Awesome. Thank you guys for joining us today. Happy SOSCAST Day. Everybody's socials and what they shared will be down below, so make sure you look at that. Subscribe, like, do all that fun stuff. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining us for conversation today. Thank you, Sauce.
Of course. Happy to be here. Amazing show, amazing panel of all different walks of life. My big thing is whether you're more conservative, whether you're a little more liberal, whether you're more a boss babe, whether you're a housewife, let's have a little respect for the men out there.
We love
and
the
men, don't disrespect the women, and let's see if we can get this thing back on track.
I like that.
Okay? We do this a single Tuesday and Thursday only here on Valuetainment. It's the SOSCAST, baby. We out.